Foi lá, pegou uma smoke. Tá pegando pixel pra fazer a segunda smoke, Apocão. Que capricho, né?
É. Vai ver se ele consegue plantar, mas tá muito difícil, velho. Mas da hora, tá tentando.
Aí, legal.
Nice, velho.
Beleza de round, velho. 1 a 0 MIBR. Partida pausada. E o MIBR gosta, né, velho, de uma Dust 2. E colocaram o pique Dust 2, Apocão. Né? O MIBR que tava picando até uma Dust 2 em MD1, né? Deixando, né?
Tá bem questionável esse TR do MIBR na Dust 2, né? O MIBR mandou muito mal nessas últimos TRs aí da Dust 2. E acredito que seja um mapa que ele trabalhou, né? E a 9Z meio que vamos ver aí então se tá melhor ou não, né? O MIBR tem um CT bom até na Dust 2, mas o problema tava sendo o TR. Então vamos ver como é que vai ser o TR, né? Acabou tomando 14-1 da Big, se eu não me engano. Depois tomou 8-0 da TK. Depois tomou 9-1 da Isurus. É um TR que tá sofrendo bastante, velho.
Vambora.
Olha o DGT como ele joga.
Ah.
Repara aí, hein, galera. Galera do chat também, quando mostrar a 9Z o DGT, mano, o jeito que ele joga é muito estranho, velho. E ele é bom, hein? Meu amigo.
É diferenciado, né?
É.
Poxa, como é que ficou a outra quarta de final? Que eu não acompanhei aí. Aqui começou meio-dia.
Spirit 2, o Indigo 0, velho.
Eita, esperado também, né?
Esperado. O Indigo até que fez uma boa Nuke, velho. Foi um jogo legal. Aí a gente tava acompanhando o final da Nuke. Foi um jogo legal, velho. Mas deu Spirit, né? Spirit vem aí com ótimos TRs, né, velho? Que time chato de TR essa Spirit.
A mí es el
Claro.
tipo de compra que va a plantear la Violeta. Yo imagino que una ronda de Glocks.
E o Eternal
locura,
Fire
pero
ganhou, né? Da
si se
Movistar
decanta por
Eternal
todo, mira,
Fire na
ustedes estamos
semifinal
con
amanhã,
las Glocks,
4
creo que eran
AM.
50 por...
No campeonato que já foi decretado finalizado.
Vambora. MIBR 1 fez o pistolzinho, segundo round. Já estamos aí, né? Avançando base TR. Legal, BR Nizam J segurando bem o round.
Seria legal o MIBR ganhar aqui, velho. Pra gente ter um MIBR Spirit amanhã, velho.
Pô, jogaço, velho. Amanhã a gente tem 9 da manhã. PEN e Imperial. Aí, ao meio-dia. Acho que é meio-dia, né?
Isso,
Meio-dia. Quem ganhar daqui contra Spirit. E aí, às 16 horas, quem ganhar das duas semifinais fazendo a grande final. Amanhã são duas semifinais e a grande final, velho. Cara, já tem final brasileira, né? God, né?
É a brasileira?
É, porque o Imperial Open tá na final, né?
Sim, já tem um brasileiro. True, velho.
É legal, velho. Tipo, esse campeonato não será abandonado, Apocão. NQZ consegue aqui o 4x4. Ai, o Jota não conseguiu encaixar ali. Ficou totalmente vendido. E o time da 9Z vai achando, já tá com vantagem.
O BRNZ matou um cara, né? Então acho que eles imaginam que ele tá por ali.
Esse pessoal da Flow FiReLEAGUE, eles pegaram o mesmo ângulo de câmera que eu coloco aqui em casa, viu, Apocão? DGT consegue aí mais kills, né? Ele e o NQZ. 4 contra 1 é só o Exit. Não tivemos muita chance, velho. Não tivemos muita chance aí nesse primeiro armado aí. Fomos agressivo, mas aí depois, ó. Aí não adianta. Vai lá xeretar, ó. Essa arma aí não precisa entregar não, Exit.
Já era pra estar lá no bunker, né?
É, então. Olha...
E é um round importante o próximo, né? Que é aquela economia do 3-1, né? Se o MIBR ganhar, ele começa muito bem o início do jogo.
Legal.
Se ele perder, ele já quebra. Então é o 3-1 ali do CT, né?
Vai trocando ideia. Problemas no PC, velho? Que...
É, já é o segundo round aí que tem algum probleminha aí.
E o vlog da 9Z com qualidade?
Cara, qualidade e provocações, velho. Qualidade e provocações. Eu vi o vlog da 9Z na virada deles, né? Comunicação deles contra a Imperial, né? E aí, cara, no final do vlog, eles mostram um take do Cello no 10-2, dando umas risadas lá e gritando, e um take do Cello depois que acaba o jogo, com a mão na cara, assim. Provocações da 9Z, velho.
Alô, alô. Uma W, 3 M4 e uma fama. Estamos bem armados, velho. Turtle que tá sempre nessa cobertura do fundo e tá jogando bem nesse fundo aí. Tá 4/2 no jogo. BRNZ 5/1. Dessa vez é aquele 3-1 que não quebra, né, Apocão?
É, porque os caras ficaram com 4 armas, né?
Olha...
Os caras ficaram com 4 armas, realmente não vai quebrar se eles perderem, mas a gente quebra se a gente perder. Então, mesmo assim, torcer pro MIBR fazer aí.
Vem entrada. David cai. O J já segura. 36 segundos. Muito smoke, né, velho? Como essa entrada varanda, ela se diferenciou ao longo do tempo com essas smoke, né? O Buda tá ali.
O jogador B ainda, parece que a 9Z vai até abdicar desse round, velho.
Provável, velho. Provável. Ou não. Olha, o Max precisava pegar essa kill, não pegou. O Buda vai chegando, quer o plant. Cai, né? O DGT, cai o Buda, o jogador da B. E NQZ, 3-1, forte round aí do MIBR, velho. Vambora. BR. Mais um pause technical, né?
Mais um round, mais um pause técnico, velho. É a segunda vez com o PC do Davi, né?
É, então, o admin, né, ele foi lá, falou que era isso, era isso. Parece que resolveu. E vai rolando, né? Vai rolando a social. Falando em social...
Aleluia!
Fala, Liminha! Que
Tá.
beleza, hein? E aí, Marajá? Acordou, Marajá?
Acordei, perdi um pouco a hora aqui, acordei agora.
Eu perdi um pouco a hora hoje.
Caralho, e o jogo do fluxo? 7 da manhã.
Pois é, né? Acabei dormindo aí, mas pelo que eu vi ali foi bom, né?
Marajinha. Buda e Max conseguem as kills. BR Nizam tá de olho, calma. BR Nizam, beleza, hein? Volta no 3x3. E vamos pra B. O time aí do MIBR tá ali dentro da B, tem que segurar. O time da 9Z tá vindo aí, ó. Molotov, essa Molotov não tirou o exit ali, precisou dar o pique. Nossa, HE sentou na HE o Davi. A C4 tá com ele tá demorando pra passar, tem 30 segundos, agora ele passa. Beleza, BR Nizam, pegou a kill aí, porque agora o Davi tá numa situação que ele vai ter que, vai ter que se expor. Não plantou. 4-1.
Começo bom do MIBR, velho.
Bom, agora a gente tem aquele 4-1 que quebrou, né?
Olha, boa pescada do Henricão, velho. É, exato, Gal. Presente, porque agora a gente vai ter os caras fazendo aí um eco, né? Um semizinho. E a chance da gente criar economia, né? Então o MIBR não pode desperdiçar essa oportunidade, velho. Olha lá.
E agora é aquilo, velho. MIBR aproveitando um mapa que o MIBR gosta de jogar. O time da 9Z picou o mapa. Esse seria o jogo. Esse seria o jogo do 2-1, Apucão, caso o MIBR tivesse ganho da ATK.
Exatamente.
Nossa, velho. Se o MIBR não tivesse perdido aquela Dust 2 pra ATK, o MIBR teria enfrentado a 9Z no jogo de 2-1, valendo vaga pro Major, velho. Eu sei que são condições e situações diferentes, né? Mas mas é aquilo, Liminha. É aquilo. Inclusive, né, o MIBR perdeu pra ATK na Dust 2 e a 9Z jogou a Dust 2 com a ATK e enfiou um 16-7 começando de TR, Liminha. Foi pique da 9Z em cima da ATK, velho. E aí, houve, né? Eu vi aí é pra você, viu, Apocão? Porque eu vi cobranças ali diretas ao time do MIBR de tipo, por que deixar Dust 2, saca? Por que deixar Dust 2?
Eu fui um dos que fiz esse questionamento também, mas eu vi que, né, depois no Twitter teve até pai de jogador.
Pai de jogador!
Né,
Eita!
Por que, Liminha?
Cara, é questionável, sempre é questionável. Acho que é isso, velho. Eu acho que é uma parte que a gente tem que levar mais na naturalidade, tá ligado? A parte do comentarista comenta, o jogador joga, a galera, a gente tem que ter direito de falar. E realmente essa Dust 2 ficou numa pergunta de por que o MIBR deixou, depois do MIBR ter feito péssimos TR, né?
Não, mas eu tô falando não é nem pra taxar, eu tô falando que o rolê de que Dust 2 se pá, era um mapa bom do MIBR, né, velho?
Dust 2 é um mapa que, velho, sei lá, mano, é difícil, velho. É um mapa muito. Você vê a Big, mano. A Big há 4 meses atrás tinha a melhor Dust 2 do mundo, velho.
Então.
E aí, de repente, a Big perdeu 4 Dust 2 seguidas, velho. Tipo, é um mapa meio osso, velho. Sei lá, velho. E aí, quando você tem um favoritismo grande, não sei se é um indicado no MD1, né? No MD3 tudo bem, beleza. Você gosta de jogar, vai que vai.
Olha aí, BR Nissan. Não, eu vou trazer até... então, eu vou trazer até a resposta, né? Exit, que tá sendo dada aí dentro das 4 linhas aí do monitor. Ó, calma, DGT leva o exit, ele vai ter que guardar, né? Ele já vai guardar, vai abdicar de tentar o round, pegou a WP, 6-1. O Bit postou, né? D2 nos últimos treinos foram muito bem. Em Campus, por exemplo, o time do MIBR ganhou contra a FaZe e One Win. Ele foi até humilde, que esqueceu de falar até da nave, né? Que o MIBR ganhou da nave essa Dust 2 esse ano. Sempre foi um mapa de confiança. Também tivemos alguns mapas que viemos mal e achávamos que tínhamos resolvido os problemas anteriores. Infelizmente, não dá para prever o futuro, velho. Então, é duro, né, velho? Inclusive a jaqueta Adidas do Liminha, né, Liminha?
Né, pô, segura lá que é polêmica essa jaqueta. Ele fala. Pô, que opina em tudo.
Opina em tudo.
E opiniões fortes.
Opiniões fortes. A jaqueta Adidas do Liminha respondeu que o Bit não é o culpado. Que se o time chegou no RMR foi graças ao trabalho do Bitão. Cabeça erguida e bola pra frente. Polêmica, né? Humilde, né? Aí. MIBR6, 9Z, 1. A gente tá aí, velho. Comecinho fortíssimo do MIBR nessa Dust 2. Se donos da bala de segunda-feira vai ser bom, Apocão.
Tem muita coisa ainda hoje e amanhã pra acontecer, velho.
Cara, vão ter times punidos, times ovacionados. É na do Henrique. Que isso, Henrique? Leva o primeiro? Jacaré tá na rampa ali esperando a oportunidade. Consegue mais uma kill. Turtle, C4 caiu, hein? A C4 caiu lá no Element ali, ó. Caiu na base. Já era o round da 9Z. Olha a C4, onde tá?
Beleza, velho.
O BRMZ ainda subiu ali sem precisar, né? E isso, estão querendo punir aí. Até o momento a 9Z sem reação. MIBR7, 9Z 1.
Como é que vocês estão de tempo? Aqui tá 17, 16.
Não, aqui tá. 15, vai falando.
14, aqui. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Agora tamo junto. Aí.
Forte, hein? Será que você tem que alugar o estádio todo, Apocão?
Mano, eu tô achando que essas super arenas aí, eles devem ter um rolê já meio que, tipo, pra eventos, velho. Nem precisa alugar tudo, velho.
Se abrir ali, aí tá rolando um jogo?
Então, né? Porque já pensou, Liminha? Se aluga o estádio todo, será que não dá pra fazer um futebolzinho? 8 times ali, né? 8 times, pô. 8 times de CS dá 4 times de futebol, com os técnicos, manager. Fazer a semifinal e final ali, né?
Sim, o campeonatinho. Mas a galera não ia aguentar, tinha que ser campo reduzido.
Será?
Amanhã tem Real e Barça, né? Mas é em Real, né?
É. MIBR 7, é isso mesmo? MIBR 7, 9Z 1. Primeiro mapa ainda da SMD3. Ai, ai, ai. Nono round. Indo bem, velho. O argentino Buda aí, que ainda não entrou muito bem na partida. O time da 9Z não entrou muito bem na partida. Alaguei, hein?
Quem ganhou, Spirit ou Indigo?
Spirit. Então, nossa, deixou, acabou caindo ali o BRNZan, mas o Exit e o Jota conseguem as kills, a C4 já tá com eles no bomb B, já é nosso, o Exit cai agora, o Jota, nossa Jotinha, 2x2, o round fica perigoso aqui, os dois estão com bastante vida, C4 plantado, o Jacaré vem pelo escuro, tem aí o Turtle vindo pela base. Nossa, cai o Turtle.
Não podia esse round, hein?
Caramba, velho. Um round aí que tava um round legal aqui pra gente. Uma entregadela, né?
É, uma entregadela, uma baita entregadela, né? A gente tava com 3 para B, depois pegou as kills ainda primeiro.
É assim que começa, Pocão. É assim que começa.
Ainda mais com esse time aí da 9Z, né, cara? Se tem alguém que mostrou resiliência ultimamente, é esses caras, velho.
É, então. Rolou uma magia da 9Z nesse RMR também, né, velho? Vira em cima da 00, vira em cima da Imperial, consegue a vaga ali, né, em cima de uma ATK que tinha perdido por mim. Era pra ser, né?
Era pra ser, velho.
Era pra ser, velho.
Mas até o rolê da derrota deles pra EG, né? Tipo assim, eles pegaram o EG, aí eles tomaram uma piaba no primeiro mapa, aí todo mundo meio que ficou, putz, os caras cagaram contra 00 e contra Imperial e vão tomar uma piaba com o EG. Aí os caras foram ganhar o segundo mapa da EG e quase ganharam o terceiro, tá
Foi.
ligado? Tipo assim, eles estão mostrando cada vez mais, tipo, não desacredita nos caras, tá ligado?
Velho, eu acho assim, né? Tirando a época de que a gente entrava num Major favorito pra ganhar o Major, eu acho que essa... eu até queria ver, assim, os donos da bala discutir essa pauta. Eu acho que é a vez aí dos últimos anos que a gente tá mais forte num Major, sabe? Porque dessa vez...
Loses it to QZ. Wow. It was looking like MIBR had done enough there to dissuade the fights towards lower, but unfortunately the sniper gets the better of them. And they're making their way back towards the B bomb site here. It's exit to be tested once again. Look, he's got no backup at all. He is in a lot of trouble here. If they do commit towards the B bomb site, this is not a multi-frag position. Maybe one or two, but they'll be trading him out and get the bomb down before the rotations will even come through. They've detected him early. He's down and out. They will bring a rotation over just in the nick of time, but they are locked out of the bomb site here.
This is it. This is the foothold now for 9Z. They're getting into the game for the first time, really. You know, back-to-back rounds. Even going into a B-bomb site setup that looked unfavorable to them in the previous round. The fact that they come out on top of that, you get this lifeline. You get this opportunity to start stringing them together. And so far, they've taken it.
We're hearing the war cries come through from the other room now. Bit of shouting going on. And a clean sweep this time for 9Z. Holding on to the AWP and M4, Henny and Turtle, respectively. We'll see whether they can do it. Towards long doors is Turtle, and Henny holding towards that A side. So in terms of cash overall, the money's going to be quite low into the next round. So these are must-save weapons.
I think we've got a Chilean here on the team as well, David. So we're getting a lot of Latin American presence today.
Absolutely.
There's that Breno fight in mid. Did go down prior. As Henny getting a bit of impact earlier on in the game. Just a little recap of how we got to this point. 7-3 now. Round 11 off to a quick start here for NQZ.
It's a pretty decent array of weaponry, considering they didn't force buy into this one. You can still see they've got $2,000 per player. So they still have 2 rifles, the AWP, a couple of Deagles to go in the mix. So a very conservative approach here. The fact they've got a nice lead, they don't have to spend all the cash going into this one. So we'll see what they can make of it. Unfortunately for Henny, that's the AWP removed early. He goes down to the hands of Max, and no trade potential. It's a huge shot towards mid. Probably going to try and pounce an opportunity denied and recovering. AWP, it's already been picked up.
Oh, wow. A gap in the doorway, and NQZ rips apart Jota. It's a good start here again for 9Z. It comes down to this rifle. Cannot do anything. Turtle gets cleared out. Max makes quick work of him. And now they'll move swiftly in towards the A site. Just making sure they can't be caught by any boost. Breno, this could be a fight going his way, but David holds strong, and it's flawless again for 9Z. And you can hear the noise now.
Now they're getting fired up. Slow start, 7-1 down, but managing to post a few rounds in a row now, 3 to be exact, closing the gap. And bear in mind that was just the partial investment from MIBR, but they do not have the AWP now. So operating with 5 M4A1s. Will it be enough? Time will tell. In terms of utility, reasonable but not ideal. The initial sniper shot coming through, looking for mid-aggression here. And CT's trying to push towards the top of mid. Suggesting a long take here, but no one on the back of it. You can see it baits out a lot of utility from the CT side as they start to probe towards B once again. David just firing off shots through the smoke. No damage inflicted as of yet, though. Flashbang towards lower, allowing 9Z to just dissect the map at this point. Have been focusing towards short, but found great success towards the B bomb side as well. Looking for any aggressive players towards the catwalk area. And they are making their way back towards long, so a bit of a long retake potentially, allowing the CTs to get control and then dropping your own utility and hoping
Ciro piso todos.
CTs out. They've got one smoke remaining.
Tiene datas el 2, que está en B.
Not ideal.
Podrían pasar fondo, que parece que va a
Max getting the
pasar.
first pick. Here's Turtle down, and Henny responds, at least keeping it even for now. 55 seconds, and MIBR have kind of disappeared over the last few rounds, and at least keeping themselves even until this point of the round might keep them in with a shot. We're going to see 9Z start to clear out short. Take some control here. The default somewhat completed. And Henny with the rifle. A play from the A side itself. Strong position, lots of cover. But the utility's going to make it a little difficult for him to sit here, and he's not going to get a pick. Decided to commit to the fight, does not come out with a kill, and that will not delay them long enough for his teammates to get into some potent positions here. So 9Z into the site, bomb will go down, and probably just a save call here for MIBR.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something there. They don't have any kits and no utility, as mentioned, so might as well save the M4 to firepower as this game starts to fall apart for MIBR. They only have M4s to save, not much else, and at this stage, 9Z have posted 5 rounds in a row. We'll see if they can continue with this momentum. They're starting to build a nice reservoir of cash as well. You can see, even before the $3,500 coming their way, David has $10,000, so I'll be taking himself well up to 14K after this one. Lots of money farmed. They won't be equaling the rest of the half, I would speculate, at this stage. M4s will be saved, actually towards T-spawn, one towards the back of B as well. Might be dropped here, Breno. But that's how it lives to tell the tale. So,
Hydration station now.
Are they going for water here, this team?
Water.
Classic textbook.
Keeps it more balanced, you know?
It doesn't affect your brain chemistry, I suppose, like a Powerade or a Red Bull would.
Yeah, also doesn't make your fridge look as nice, though.
True. What a space age.
A tactical timeout this time around. One for MIBR, one would assume, given the situation we're watching unfold at the moment. It
I
is
think you're onto something there.
Complete collapse, really, from the perfect start they got.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a problem now because they're running out of steam. Haven't really had competitive rounds at all in the last 5. Scout is out though. And it's not even a force play. They've saved those 3 weapons again and didn't force around it. Go for the more conservative approach once more. Same grenade we saw in the previous round. It actually does quite a lot of damage, but even more so is the headshot from Max. Going to bring in an early 5 versus 4. Takes a lot of damage for his troubles, but he's fine with that. It's up to Turtle now to respond, and he's only got the Desert Eagle trying to recover that M4. Can't quite get it. And he's going to be fended off by the Molotov as well. That's frustrating. That nade might blow the M4 in his direction, I suppose.
Henny is burning and just about gets away from the last tick with the molly, so he's going to move away. Still alive in the round. We'll see if he can make a difference because there are some softened up opponents. Makes that scout just a one-shot kill.
Yeah, well, same story for Henny, I'm afraid. No armor, 20 HP. And taking a lot of damage for the door there. David punishes Breno. And trying to set up his teammate here towards shore, but it looks like 9Z are just manhandling him at this point.
Oh, Turtle might catch some good timing here. Coming through short, he might get behind him, and he will get behind him, but no kill to be found. NQZ and David taking a good few picks, and it's clean again from 9Z. They are making this one look easy. This is such a good start from MIBR, and then it's just completely flipped the other way.
Yeah, they've dropped off, but I guess Dust 2 is well known to be 8-7 halves and everything like that. Like, it's still a fine scoreline.
You've done enough, yes, certainly at the start of this game so far.
So if they can find one more and win the half, I think that would be great. But you're absolutely dead on. Considering the start you had, you're going to be kind of a little bit flabbergasted as to how this fell apart so catastrophically after that fantastic start. You couldn't find the momentum to keep it going. But here we go, Tech 9 in hand. NQZ going for a fast play here with the AWP, but it's Henny, his adversary, that strikes first. Takes down David. I dare say they'll just walk for the doors here. Are they going to check close right? They will, but Brenner will get the better of them. You surely can't swing with the orb. They know it as well, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 advantage for MIBR.
Well, 2 players to the good right now for MIBR. A big turnaround from what we've seen in the previous so far. It's been flawless around 9Z. But look at Max. He's moved his way through the mid doors.
Absolutely does. Looking to attack the B bomb site. Has been a little bit weaker for the Brazilians here. Minute on the clock. Plenty of utility here for the double smoke and CT spawn. One on top of the box, one towards lower. Oh dear, they've thrown at the same place. Bit of communication issue there.
I mean, you do see 2 smokes used though sometimes, but not in the same position.
Yeah,
one's usually to cover off the boost, right?
Exactly, one on top of the box and one lower, but it's still the same outcome. Unless they get killed from that position, it doesn't really matter. Breno, though, confirming the round, and there we have it, 4 versus 1. Make it 0 as DGT goes down in the end, and that's MIBR winning the half.
Yeah, fantastic work. I mean, 8 rounds, CT side, no matter what start you had and what it ended up with, 8 rounds is good enough to be comfortable in your opponent's map pick. If you can walk away with another one here, that would be massive. But just get a little reminder as to how we got here. And this was MIBR going ahead. Breno, nice double next to close it. Last round of the first half underway. And a pick attempt here from NQZ. Jota has taken damage.
Flashbang, exit, makes a bit of a meal of it. Breno, however, devours 2 opponents towards the upper tunnels here. Back to a 3-on-3. Final round of the first half here. I mean, you have got David, who actually got a lot of control towards A. No one there whatsoever. He can call for the bomb to rotate over, but they have no control of middle, no info. You can see both lineups on the other side of the map here, but where will they finish up? Still have 1 minute 20 on the clock. In terms of utility, is smoke available. Couple of Molotovs as well. So a double smoke for the crossover. Looks like they'll be committing to this one. CT's ready and waiting. So they want to flash through this one and challenge. They've got the incendiary available as well. Drops it down. And here comes the final commitment. The flashbang gets him right in the face. That's from a teammate, I believe.
This round could still go either way. David trying to be the player that makes that difference. He climbs up on top of the site, and Breno has come alive in the night time in these last 2 rounds. He's found himself David, and looking for the second kill. He'll certainly manage that too. It's just Max left alone.
On for the ace. Breno with 4 in the round so far. You can imagine he's hungry for it. It's available, but displaying some discipline here. Doesn't want to throw the round by chasing the individual glory. Goes down eventually. Now 2 versus 1. Plenty of time to operate with this. Max has to try and segregate the CTs, bring it down to a 1-on-1 situation if possible. Oh.
Tap and teleport to spawn.
What happened there so quick? So will be MIBR picking it up as you would expect. So Max couldn't get it done. And to be fair, MIBR, sure, they had that flurry of rounds at the start, dropped off towards the mid stages, but the fact they won the half, 9-6, they'll be pretty happy with that. Probably would have taken that before the game started if you told them that was the outcome. So well recovered, picking up those last 2 rounds.
Yeah, really good work here from MIBR, and as you pointed out, it's getting led here in Barcelona. You can see that now in the skyline. When you do a backflip into Camp Nou.
Nice. That's got to be the smaller drone, right? You see the camera quality's not quite there, so it's a bit more kind of agile as well doing the backflip, so I guess that's what it's for.
Yeah, there we go. Drone science. We are somewhere along here, and MIBR are walking around there. So that was obviously a little bit earlier on, I believe.
Probably, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, nice little recap here of the first half and how it concluded towards the end there. Breno really coming to life, as you said. Nearly gets the ace there, just misses out on it. It will have been the second ace on that A side of the map on Dust 2 today from both of the teams played today. Spirit, Magic's got it earlier. Unfortunately missing out on it this time around. So 9-6. MIBR looking for a pistol start. They can get off to a similar start that they got in the first half. Well, they could be looking at a win here on Dust 2.
Boost up towards short. Here we go then. We'll see what kind of approach the T-Sign have got in mind. As we always say, long seems to be the preferred option of almost every single team, but there is a fly in the ointment, Adam. Look at this push towards top of middle. They need to be very aware of this, cognizant of the possibility of the USP swinging around. Fortunately, the bullet just flies through the corner of the wall there, so it was a dink, but only does minimal damage. We'll see. Remain as a 5-on-5. We still have smokes and flashes available. 4 flashes as well, and a bit of a B push there. So that's false information potentially there. Pushing towards upper B, they didn't spot Jota, so do they rotate heavily off the back of that? Either way, setting up for the long crossover smokes here. Double smoke. Bombs on this side of the map as well. Flashbangs come through. And they're not committing off this. So they're trying to use the tactic as suggested. The very common approach, the flashbangs, but actually fall back and go towards short, hoping they've discombobulated the CT defense. And if anything but David, who has risen to the occasion, that double headshot, calm as you like. Looking for more as well. Tapping away with this USP. Doesn't even go down yet. That's the hat trick.
Well, David just makes it look easy, doesn't he? Taking damage from all directions. Now are 9Z, but not losing players. Exit and Jota trying to figure out with the last 25 seconds where they can go with this one. There's no smoke for the cross at CT, and that might just line up DGT with some easy kills here. Although Jota beats him out on it. 20 seconds to get into the B-bomb site. You have to go the dangerous route as well. Not going to be easy, but Jota with another kill. It comes down to the player in the site.
Yeah, ZenQZ got a great position for this one as well, and he's timed it so well. Using the big box as the defense, but
he's looking for him.
Aware of it. So they can't win the round anymore, but well done for Jota being like cognizant of the fact that could be a potential there. So won't be winning the round, but still display.
I feel like it's better to try and force a plant there, though. Just get that money. If you somehow get a bomb plant,
I would agree with you there.
You're not going to win the round if you just get that one kill.
True. Yeah, you're dead on. If you could just plant in the corner, try and get the bomb planted, but I guess in the heat of the moment, things could go otherwise, but here we go. The no bomb planted, and I'm guessing a force buy here. Got a USP, no armor, but he didn't die then, I suppose. Exit didn't get any money.
Yeah, that's rough.
So here's USP, no armor. That's very, so they have to force buy by virtue of that, really.
And honestly, you should be seeing 9Z tie this game up now from this point. Next round they're not going to have cash either, so yeah, this is an opportunity now for 9Z to bring it back to 9 apiece. This round really shouldn't present too much challenge, but then again, Breno does have an AK. And if it can set him up, who knows what he's capable of doing. He was fantastic towards the end of the first half. He's going to go ahead through middle. Doesn't want to go too wide on the CT angle. Too risky to throw away the AK there, so they'll drop back and look for a different avenue of approach for him. You want to use the Deagle to pick up the info. You don't really want to send the AK in as the first point of contact because it's unlikely you're going to be able to do much without it. Buddha catches the timing, gets behind Henny, kills him from the lower tunnel. And Breno now with a final attack forward. He's been spotted. He sees 2 players, but incapable of taking either of them down in this situation, and will be sniped away. Cleaned up are the rest of MIBR. It's a clean, flawless round, in fact, here for 9Z.
Yeah, they're really on their feet right now, feeling it, looking fired up, and looking to maintain that perfect streak on Dust 2. 100% win rate in the last 3 months as they close the gap round by round, just down to 1 now. Awkward money situation there for MIBR. Like you have to force buy, but not really, because one player can't afford a single thing. So it's going to be demoralizing. Look at the scoreboard right now. You've got Breno, 18 kills. Jota just removed, sent to the Shadow Realm there, and it's going to be a big spray down from his MP9. Look at the hat trick, converted, no problem whatsoever. Quick round. They're going to be fired up after that one. That's the sort of one that gets your blood pumping.
Yeah, absolutely. That is this is a big turnaround. I think they've been given the opportunity to get back into this game time and time again, right? It's been MIBR starting strong in the first half, finishing strong, but 9Z taking their opportunities when they get them. They're right back in this again. MIBR looking a little more tense than their counterparts at the moment. We'll see what the purchase is. Both teams to an AWP and Henny. Oh, close to the opening, but won't be connecting it. And it's quick out long here, Henry.
Oh, the M4A4 as well.
It's
the anti-aircraft gun rattling off there. Doesn't connect. Don't see many of them these days, and for good reason, perhaps. David will go down quite early on. And for now, a 5 versus 4. Trying to reclaim some territory here, but an awkward scenario. Through the flames, Henny will strike once more. Trying to find the 3rd kill of the round if possible, but it's a 5-on-3 overall. CT's now probably pushing towards up at B, I would say. It's going to be Buddha trying to get something done here. The round not necessarily over, but not looking good at all. MIBR looking to reclaim the lead here, as we will see one player in towards T-spawn. They could boost up and towards the site. I think that's pretty much their only option for the CTs. Opting against it, so now they're going to have to battle through the smokes. Doesn't work out at all. Max dropped. Good nade, wouldn't really do much though. Shots will. And with the MP9 here, you're not really fancying the chances, but look how much cash they've got. $6,000 for Buddha. Loss bonus won't be too established, of course, so only be getting $1,400 into the next round. And maybe I don't want to give anything away yet, trying to bait out any flanking players towards long, which they have done. Confirmed at least one of the 2 is behind, and he's only got that SMG as mentioned. So a big save coming in here, as you can see. Got DGT outside the B. Bomb site itself, bomb planted, and just need to wait this one out. Don't even need to hunt.
Not at all. That's a good response here from MIBR. As soon as they get the guns out again, they're back to winning ways. Could have been far worse for them if they had lost this and just let 9Z start to run away with things. Let them build up in the second half, but not to be the case. MIBR are going to be fighting the whole way through, and I think this is the story we painted at the start of this game, right? It was the fact that these teams are pretty evenly matched. Bet makers don't really know where to place this one, and stats pretty even too. So, you know, this is a very close game right up until this point. It's been round for round. We've been tied multiple times throughout this. It's definitely been a good game so far. A bit scrappy than I was expecting.
That's kind of how we like it, though. You know, no love lost between these 2 teams. It's a bit of domestic rivalry going on. They play in the same region and play the same tournaments, and obviously want to be going far in this tournament. Single elimination format. It's brutal out there. So any mistakes will be punished, and maybe a lack of respect in some scenarios as well. Pushing for kills you wouldn't expect, and trying to get inside your opponent's head with the shouting, with the screaming, making sure they know that they messed up.
No, but just taking time to talk to the boys, make sure everybody's on the same page about the next 2 rounds.
Well, yeah, they've got a nice convincing win there. They just want to start replicating that now, not start throwing away these advantages. They're back in the lead, 10-9. See cash available, of course. Didn't really lose too much. There's one player going down. The M4A4 back out once again for David. And trying to claim long control here. Good incendiary, but they're going to beat it and actually make their way through. Big spray down this time. He's got lots of bullets in that gun. Good for 1, but Breno, he'll be getting 2. It's up to Max now. The fast flank. This could be great. If he actually manages to get through, this could be a massive problem for MIBR.
This is the thing about Max, this is his play style. This is what he's good at, finding the gaps and just being a real nuisance, but he's intelligent enough not to just keep the push going.
You can see they're aware of the prospect at least. Yeah. So hopefully, in an ideal world, Max will be getting 1 and then fading away, equalizing things to a 3-on-3. That's if they do come looking for him. But for now, he's at least locked them in, the long double doors. They're going to have to take a bit of a gamble that no one else around the map. All four from MIBR committed here. In terms of the A bomb site setup, we have got NQZ there with the AWP. Buddha with the MP9 once again. Could be the perfect weapon for the job at this range. See if he can strike first. Maybe flash through.
Oh, Buddha.
How's he done that?
Yeah, it's a massive kill to find here. 9Z back to 3 versus 3. And MIBR need to find their way onto the site somehow. Utility's making it quite uncomfortable, but Jota moves forward and Max is the next victim. But here goes Buddha right to the smoke.
No way!
MP9 lining them up. Jota in the distraction, fully blinded, kills his own teammate, and now he's just going Rambo mode. He's killing everybody he sees, and 25 seconds, realizes that NQZ is likely up on this A site, and he is running away. Trying to get the B. NQZ, the flick back and gets the pick on Jota.
Ice cold there. Aware of the prospect of him running all the way towards B. Decides to challenge in CT spawn. Nails the flick. And it will be yet another round for 9Z. Tying things up once again. We said this would be close coming to this one. It's delivering on all fronts right now. As we do have one final buy available for MIBR here. Back and forth we go. No tactical timeout this time. We're right back into the action. And in terms of the overall buy, it's a full investment here from MIBR. Pistol is out for exit, but pretty healthy otherwise. There is a distinct lack of utility as they make their way down towards drop down. NQZ, first contact this time, doesn't connect the flick.
Well, this is quick. They're still going forward, trying to overrun the AWP, but they realize to just cancel that one. There could be some rifle support. Better not to run through that choke point and lose a player. So now they're going up short instead. Breno looking for the head, just seen one, and then overcommits. Tunnel visions on that one kill and extends into NQZ, but it's the Ops that are running the show right now. Henny on the MIBR side of things, getting a pick back through the door and through the smoke, right to the head of DGT.
Well, here we go. Another 4-on-4 situation, plenty of time to work with. Not so much in terms of the old utility for MIBR. There's a smoke used towards the double doors. Bomb is on this side of the map, but they don't necessarily have to commit. Buddha, up close and personal, using the Nook here on the B bomb site. Talks about his position, can be difficult, but the low HP of Turtle, he could get a double spray down here potentially. Now what's the play? They smoke the double doors. Do they wait for some sort of reaction, smoke it again? I think that's all they can do. The AWP will be challenging first, and there's a double spray down. Bomb dropped, and Buddha, he's done enough now. Doesn't need to challenge anymore. Jota, the only man that can save the job here, but unfortunately for him, the jump comes through, and it's a pretty clean round for 9Z. That's going to be the end of the cash as well for MIBR.
Yeah, this game just on a knife's edge right now, going back and forth, but 9Z have a bit of comfort ahead of them. If they can take this round, they can start to extend this lead a little bit. And getting into the late stages of map 1, you want to make sure that you are taking every opportunity ahead of you. This was Max just running up through the lower tunnels.
Enjoying himself.
Yeah, a little while ago. A long time ago, in fact. But as you mentioned, money no longer good here for MIBR. They are down to Deagles, P250, a scout in the hands of Henny. And Max is aggressive again in the lower tunnels. Just a reminder, he is on an AK and they're on pistols. Should be relatively easy, but always a bit of risk employed because now they can overrun you, or attempt to at least. But Max is handling it very well. Another kill added to his collection.
Yeah, that's 3 so far. Needs to just read it in a little bit. Don't want to be giving away the AK-47. They have lost one player in the form of DGT. And this should be the end of the round. David with a big spray down. Apparently not. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit peculiar. That should have been his all day long. The round should still be theirs, but we'll see if Henny has anything to say about that. 26 HP to his name. Bomb down, unfortunately. If he can get one more kill, that would be great. But there's a tag. In terms of the cash, not really too much of a big deal. It's a bit of an eco situation for them. They still have $2,000 per player. Lost bonus accumulating at this stage. And just looking for any more opportunities to affect the finances of his opposition here. Henny, good performance so far. Especially in that first half. We'll see the smoke going down. Actually on top of the bomb. Not a bad throw at all. So I guess if he goes in towards the B site and looks through the double doors, I would say there's probably a kill there available for him. The distraction of the smoke could be enough, but there is a player in lower.
Yeah, this lower tunnel is going to be the issue. Buddha just takes the right kill again. Well, a recovery should have been a lot easier that, a lot quicker as well, but Max does enough in the initial engagements to get himself a couple of kills, so good work done. It's a kangaroo right there, by the way, that teddy bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
It's a sponsor of, of the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sponsored by kangaroos.
Yeah, kangaroo sponsor.
So, 12 to 10, 9Z extending their lead, but another full buy available. And he's been no slouch with this sniper. Looking for another opportunity to crack things open towards mid. Turtle just presenting some sound cues towards long again, trying to bait out the utility. And QZ, pretty handy himself as well. The snipers really have turned up the play today. As you mentioned, this one's been right down to the wire. Back and forth. Just playing for the incendiary. Put up, buying time. He's alone in the B side. So he needs to be careful, but there's that same smoke. They don't necessarily have to commit off it. It's taking utility out of the hand of Buddha. So there's the incendiary gone.
Brenner was just taking his time in lower tunnels. Max this time a little bit more restrained, not going forward just yet. We go under 1 minute in this round. Buddha thinks they're going to start to heat up towards the back of the platform, hoping that Molotov won't spread to him. And he should be alright to maintain his position. And he will be, so just locking down the back platform. Again, the majority of the forces here for MIBR in middle, yet to go anywhere at the moment.
Yeah, they're running out of time as well. Where do you finish up? It has to be a B split, I suppose. You have no short control. You have a player towards upper. They need to take down Max, though, with no real pushback here. You line them up. They managed to trade it out, and now they do have a decent chance. 20 seconds remaining, and sitting towards the back is Buddha, trying to soften them up for his teammates, and he's going to be the last line of defense. He needs to get at least one. Delay the plan as long as possible, watching the window like a hawk.
Oh, he's been spotted now too, so everybody is focused on him, and Jota will get rid of him. He does buy some time with how long he stayed alive, but not enough, unfortunately. Doesn't even up the numbers, doesn't give his team a fighting chance back into the retake, and that is MIBR back to winning ways again. 11 rounds. No one in this game is allowed to just string rounds together. It was MIBR at the beginning of the game that got the largest portion of rounds put together in one go, but since that point, it's really just been back and forth. A couple rounds here and there. Little bursts of success. But no one really pulling away by too large a margin at the moment. This one is still up for grabs for either side as MIBR now head to 11.
Well, we did say it'd be a close affair. It's delivering on all fronts here. Very successful round there from MIBR. They are running out of time. Didn't have much territory on the map. Managed to bully their way through the mid-double doors, trading out the kills and then making light work of the player at the back. Buddha couldn't do much about it. Down he goes, the round was over. And might see another tactical timeout here. Straighting around there for 9Z.
Jota getting loud as well, letting them know. The MIBR are not done yet.
Certainly not.
And now the buy from 9Z. Let's take a look at it. It's pretty solid. Everything you could want. Henny looking for the fight down mid. And he won't be too successful in it.
So, in terms of initial control, pretty default spread here. 2 in upper B, 2 towards middle, 1 patrolling long. And the CTs, a little bit cheeky here.
Oh, Max.
Max is giving up a sound cue, so he'll have to fall the hell back. As we'll see him successfully make it back towards CD spawn. Nice grenade. Minimal damage though as Jota dismounts. Flashbangs over as well. Brave leap over the double doors. Responding with the HE. But for now, still just feeling each other out. They've had a lot of success towards this B side of the map. You might as well keep trying to punish here. They've been very effective at baiting out the incendiary by just constantly smoking that door, speculating they're about to come through. A mid-split to follow. And 9Z have had a difficult time responding to it. We'll see what they've got in mind this time. So a smoke up towards short, suggesting it's like an execution towards A, as they'll be going out towards middle. It is the mid-split. Nice little boost position here. Jota, though, not dissuaded after taking so much damage, sending his teammate in first with the AWP, and that's Henny. They're not going into B just yet.
Yeah, I don't think this initial mid-push was successful enough for them to feel good about that. Maybe they just take a little second to breather, but at this point you're making it more difficult on yourself because you're using your last piece of utility and you're just going to go through the tunnels together. There's no two prongs to this approach. It's just straight through the tunnels. It's one point they have to focus on. It's a very linear focus point, and Buddha's just going to get a double. His teammate there of Max can help out. Buddha's got a 3K, and MIBR's call here has left him in a pretty tough spot. They have to flee the scene.
Bit of a messy one there, unfortunately, MIBR, and they're going to lose the AWP as well. That's a massive kill. Can he recover the AWP?
He can't die after the time here.
True. Don't know if he did.
I think he made it into the next step.
It sounded like he fired the last bullet, right? Yeah. So, that was a little bit sloppy, unfortunately. MIBR didn't find the same sort of success. They're running out of time. Couldn't find any sort of access towards middle. One by one, they came out the B doors, or B tunnels, I should say, and they was completely decimated by the crossfire. They were prepared for a mid-split at that point as well, so they had plenty of infantry ready and available inside the B bomb site. Tactical timeout from MIBR, as you might expect. The money's going to be in a precarious spot. With this back and forth affair, no one can get a loss bonus established at this stage. So discussing their options here. Got us joining us. This is the first map of the second best of 3 of the day. It's our last quarter-final of the tournament. Looking to find our next semi-finalist, which will kick off tomorrow at 2 p.m. So we'll have 3 games, including the grand final, which will start at 9. So all to play for still. We've said goodbye to 3 teams so far. And off we go. He did say there'd be some concessions here. Turtle with no utility at all. There is an AWP. A little in towards the mix as well, so not too bad overall, but aggression from the CTs here. Punished by Jota, but trade from Buddha. They've got DGT towards the lower tunnels as well, dropping the incendiary. And in terms of general setup, 3 players outside long. So back towards the default setup perhaps as they just pump the brakes and work out how they can approach this 4-on-4.
Well, this is a cheeky lineup, isn't it? You need to get the scope out, throw that for the unhinged smoke. There we go. Seems to have worked out. There we go, Henny. I love the lineups we've got here on a map like Dust 2, which you call very simplistic. We're still finding some really cool lineups for a few smokes on this map.
Yeah, I remember when the hinge smoke was just found in general. You was like, wow, that's crazy. Now cool. You're throwing it from T-Spawn.
yeah. And then Zayu had the one from Pit. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
You've had the full combo. Turtle's about to fight him short, and this is a really important battle to go their
way.
And David gets a double out of it. Somehow he gets 2. There's no way he should have got away with that, but he did. And Breno, at least fighting back, at least keeping MIBR within touching distance of this round, but it's going to be very difficult with just 2 remaining forces left. In 30 seconds, they go for the peak, they go for the extension, and now it is just Exit left alone. A 1 versus 3, and he will run to his death. 14 rounds for 9Z.
Absolutely. What a strong defense that was. You can see why they're the favorite team on Dust 2 for sure. Looks like they'll be maintaining that perfect streak of Dust 2. Here's a sequence from a couple of rounds ago. We'll see whether that has any knock-on effects here. But very strong once again. 9Z stretching. This is the moment here. David with the double spray down. He was fully blind. Looked like he was out of position. They had him dead to rights. And they're going to have to take a partial buy here. Breno with the AK-47. He's fully invested. So they lose this. It's map point. Won't be the end of their campaign, of course. But David just continuing to apply the pressure here. Great opening kill towards Turtle. And AK has made it out towards Blue Bin. But he's on an island right now. Just him as his teammates gallivant up towards shorts. And David making light work of them time and time again.
Oh, lovely kill. Collateral coming in. And QZ looks a bit like Fuzi. And now we've got Exit left in a 1 versus 5. Tech9 dead to rights. DGT knocks him down. And this game was competitive the whole way through. It's now 15-11. 9Z have found that string of rounds they needed. And now they are only 1 round away from securing Dust 2. Easier said than done, though. MIBR return with a purchase yet again. They will have the AKs, they will have the AWP, and plenty of utility around them this time.
Well. Ancient up next. The pick of MIBR. As you said, competitive, but considering the lead they had, they'll be a little bit disappointed they couldn't do more with this one. Still in it, of course. I'll be getting ahead of myself. 4 rounds in a row required on the T side of Dust 2. Not an impossible feat.
Just for overtime as well. Here they go. A fight forward. David and DGT finding the first couple. It's a massacre right now, and luckily somewhat back and forth, but running right through the mid-door smoke, through the hinge smoke, into that fight. Not going to work out for Jota. exit now left alone in a 1 versus 3. This is the best chance for 9Z to close it down now, take Dust 2, and be 1 map up in the series.
It'd be a bit of a travesty if they lost it in this sort of fashion, but we'll see what Exit can do. He currently has 8 kills to his name. Hasn't been performing too well, so it's unlikely he'll be winning out of the 1 versus 3, but we'll give him a chance. See what he's made of. Fully commits towards B now. Has got time to work with, but just allows the CTs to get closer and closer as Buddhist is buying time, making sure nothing can really be done with this.
Is he trying to one-tap him?
It's kind of awkward what's happening right now. I'm glad it's over.
There we go. I thought he might have plugged his controller in that, but 16-11, first map taken here by 9Z. Didn't start so strong for them, but as I mentioned, the tenacious side, they find their way back in. At some crucial points, they pick it up.
Shouting, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, certainly so. It's been great from 9Z. Map 2 certainly going to be a real battle. We've seen a lot of close fights here on Dust 2. I don't think it's going to be any different as you move through. But you're watching the current player area right now as you move through it. You see we got all the setups in.
My posture was pretty bad, but my back actually was hurt.
Yeah, I've been leaning forward like this. I feel like I'm going to break my spine at some point, but 3-1. This is the point where things were looking very good for MIBR, Henry.
Yeah, it was a great start. Came flying out of the gates, up to 7-1. It didn't look like they were going to miss a beat, but 9Z managed to get back into it round by round. An agonizing comeback for MIBR. They couldn't really find any sort of leverage once they took the lead. It was a mid-stage moment where it seemed like they were going back and forth, but once 9Z found a comfortable lead, the finances were in the bin. They kept surviving after the round time and losing their cash, and it just started to fall apart very quickly. And this was the moment where you said, like, they should have scored a bomb down here, right? But
this was a turning point in the game as well.
Yeah.
Because they had a bomb plan, he might win the second round.
True.
But they didn't. And so I think they were left with $100 in one player exit. You know, you ended up in a really tough spot after that, and it kind of messed up the start of the second half, and we've seen this started to go in the way of 9Z. They were started just taking over the lead. It was 9-6 to 11-10. Then Max just kind of took over the server in towards this mid area. And
this is my favorite.
This is the best moment of the game so far. But there we go. We have got a nice little room in here, don't we, Henry?
Yeah, and a nice school uniform on as well. Does
yeah,
make me feel like I'm in
the
sixth form right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm missing the tie, you know, the striped tie.
And the prefect badge up here.
Yeah, little prefect badge. But that's it. We have got ourselves the first series underway. Our first map of the second series, rather. It's concluded. 9Z, the victors of it. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, map number 2, which is Ancient, will be coming up.
and dictating the pace. You're going for the single picks and opening things up, and on the CT side you have a bit more freedom, but yeah, I don't think it'll be the star of the show moving things on, but we'll see whether he can come online and stay online is the more important thing, as a certainly influential in the MIBR machine. As we look like we'll be getting underway very shortly, Adam. The headsets are on, the fist bumps are yet to come through. There they are, here it comes. We could be getting into this one very quickly indeed. As said, we've probably got 90 setting the CT side. They win the pistol, maybe I could be in trouble here, so we'll see what they bring to the table. Have a look at the beverages of choice as well. We've got water and Coke over there for Henny, so doubling down.
Yes, watering his Coke down, perhaps.
So let's have a look then. Yes. We'll have a look at the buy. B lean from MIBR to kick things off. A couple of smokes, 4 flashbangs. You assume it's a BXQ here. Smoke towards short and long, flash over, and full send.
Rush B is the simple call here from MIBR as they run up the ramp. They look to try and get into battle right away. Turtle, he's there for the first. Blinded still connects, and DGT and Max at least keeping 9Z in this one. A pistol on the T side can do a lot, and they're actually going to try and wrap around the backside.
It's a very good idea.
It's empty over there.
Yeah, excellent call. Love to see this. Jota thinking on his feet, and they've actually found an open A bomb site, but the CT's aware of it. They're rotating in through Donut by the looks of things, and indeed the A halls. So, a chance to deny the plan there, but it does go down.
And that's massive already. At least, at a minimum, confirming the force fire. It's the fight for Jota.
Big kill.
Inside of A, man. That goes DGT's way here for 9Z. A T-side pistol can mean so much on Ancient. They can just hold on. Turtle, with barely any impact in the previous map, has just found an important kill here. Finally, they get rid of him. And Breno lining up a couple. Time is ticking. They've got to get on the defuse now, and he's safe around the corner, but he's come off it. He hears the steps. Breno running into the fight. Time is too far gone now for DGT, even with the kit. He has to run away and concede this one. I think he could have stuck it,
absolutely. Man. You knew where he was as well. It's such a deep plan. I think he could have held that, but doesn't stick on it, and it will be MIBR with the B rush ending up towards A. You don't see that too often, but it was quite an impressive call considering they could feel the rotations coming through, the information gathered from the kills that they received. And this is the moment here. It got a bit awkward. Turtle actually did a lot there with a little, managing to get 1.5 kills, bring it down to this 1 versus 1, and it will be MIBR picking things up, but you'd assume the force fire will be following it in. And indeed, we've got the Scout Deagle, MP9 for DGT, and a fast mid approach. You'd assume smoke is down towards Red Room, and the Molotov towards Donut. So, they've got a lot of control here early. Just scouting out the Donut position. And might even be pushing this smoke here. Henny gets himself primed and ready. Could call for the flashbang before he swings. And they'll be exploring their options towards Cave as well. Pre-fire towards the B bomb site. No real damage inflicted just yet.
MIBR making sure they don't get caught by any pesky pistol setups. Smoke goes out just to lock some cave control down here for 9Z. You don't want to give that up to MIBR, and you don't feel comfortable in a round like this when you're likely going up against the force by going into the cave. It's the best position for the pistols to be lined up. So MIBR using mid instead. And they'll smoke out CT from middle, and perhaps just go in through the A bomb site via the Donut. And that's rotations in Red Room. Turtle's the first kill. NQZ gone. Turtle will get a follow-up. Some impact early on being felt here for Turtle. I'm sure he's had a think to himself after that first map and wanted to come out swinging. He's done so. Yeah. And it's a good start here for MIBR.
Yeah, idyllic really. No one going down here in the second round against the force buy. And just put up. Left towards CT spawn, hoping to find maybe a kill, take a rifle into the next round. But this one has been concluded. 2-0 in favor of MIBR. Heading in the prime position to close things out as well. Plenty of bullets left in that Galil. Should be able to find a kill. There it is. 2-0. Full eco on the cards going forward as well. So call it 3-0, presumably, unless there's no nightmare scenarios going forward. Can't really justify buying much at all when you didn't get any kills in that force buy. So absolutely off to a flyer. We'll see if they can maintain their good starts. Just a couple of upgraded pistols here. Some Deagles, 50-50. And focusing towards middle once again with these set flashbangs. Lots of flashes as well, 4 of them towards middle, just ensuring they are granted entry. Molotov towards the cubby this time in the swing around. The CTs have actually done quite well to gain some positional control. Might be on for a couple of kills here. Absolutely. Devastating shots coming through from DGT, and this round is starting to fall apart 2-on-2.
David's just got another dig through the smoke as well, so they've just hit some ridiculous shots in this round, and Max overrun. It's now down to David alone, a 1 versus 2. Remember, one of them is incredibly low on the form of Breno, but if he can bring down Turtle, that would be the key. And he's gone through cave again. The Deagle looking to track its opponent, but they've slipped the net. They've managed to get through Donut. They're on the A site, and because of how far David is away, they should actually be able to get into some solid post plants. But on his journey, he's found a Galil. That's something, and he might be able to win this fight against Breno, and he will. Now the low HP player is gone. It's just Turtle left, and he will just about hit the headshot.
Damn. Well, a hollow victory, I would say that from MIBR. Sure, they got the job done, but at what cost? That's significantly affected their finances going forward. So, a bit of a wake-up call there, but a great effort from the opposition. We'll see whether they can actually bounce back now and punish in the first gun round. 9Z with a scary-looking pistol setup.
Yeah, the thing about Ancient, though, is those close rounds, every round counts on the T side. You know, as long as you get that one, it's 3 on the board. It's a good start here. Opportunity to go ahead and get 4. You know, I think 4 is actually considered okay on Ancient's half as well. So you're going to get up to 4, 5, or 6. Be feeling pretty good about that. Whew. Max is aggressive through B lane here, trying to fight out the cave.
He's so low as well. This is almost a death sentence for him.
Yeah, he's been spotted too. You just got to get out of there now, Max. Let's get out of that. Nade goes forward in towards cave, but not connecting as he got a deeper position. Turtle now having a little bit of a look up the top of the B ramp. He's been given a bit of space here to play with, but he won't be using it. Comes back. MIBR realized how much time is left on the clock and can run as much of it down as they wish. Breno now entering Jaguar, clears all the close positions. Max is in here. He's got a double setup as well. So the idea with this setup is DGT, well, the initial piece was to pull the initial attention away, and then that sets up Max in the corner. The DGT's going to get cleared, and Turtle somehow goes through, clears it out. That's unbelievable. He even kills his teammate in the mix of it. He's a killer Turtle. A mutant, some might say. Joda's coming through. David's holding off the Donut offensive. Done quite well to at least do a bit of damage, but it's NQC towards the back of the site that's gone ahead and taken himself a kill with the AWP. He's under a lot of pressure, and they're going to wrap around the big box and catch him. It's just Buddha in a 1 versus 3 left now.
Not really much Buddha can do, I'm afraid. Holding towards the Donut position, and down he goes. So very, very convincing start here as we go 4-0. And should be the finances in turmoil as well for the CTs. Just a bit of a partial buy here. They do have maximum loss bonus at this stage, but that's only $3,400. It's not exactly a full setup for the CT side. So you'd imagine scouts, 5.7s, maybe some MP9s, maybe a FAMAS at the top end. Just pistols really across the board. I've got armor though. They managed to make things quite scary with just the Desert Eagles before. And a full A execution on the cards.
They're getting aggressive on these pistols through the B lane. At least they've confirmed that there's no presence here.
Yeah, the problem with that is, though, sure, you've confirmed there's no on B, but it means there's also no on A on your side. Yeah. So, open bomb site here. We have got a rotation from Max. He will be first point of contact, but smoked out. CZ in hand. Has to let the bomb go down. Desperate. Trying to stop it, but nothing connects, and that's pretty much round over. You might even consider saving the pistols. Well, he's just looking for exits.
Hey, don't put the AK in danger here if you don't have to, if you're jawed up. Smoke was in just to get some deeper temple control. Just biding the time, holding in the solid post plant. NQC's gonna go swinging now, Jota. Just patiently getting his kill. Buddha with a second. Nice little highlight on the way out the door. A couple of nice shots from Buddha today. Like what I've been seeing from this guy. That's his only 2 kills he's found so far. And David now pushing forward. Nearly gets away with something, but unfortunately unable to get much done here. This is not the start 9Z we're hoping for.
No, certainly not. To the first gun round, and really didn't fall in their favor whatsoever. So We all see NQZ and Co trying to battle them off towards the A bomb site. A lovely sequence here from Buddha, but unless they're actually winning the round, it's all for naught as we get into round number 6 here. Best start they could have hoped for on the MIBR side is their map pick. Running away with it, but remember they were 7-1 up on Dust 2 as well, so need to start holding on to these leads if possible. And DGT looking to stop that right here, right now. Breno caught slipping through the smoke, and then once again they've confirmed that at least the B lane is clear. Watching the double doors like a hawk, but position himself on the right-hand side. Henny would have to be very aware to try and take him down. It's possible with the AWP. Just pumping the brakes for now.
The bomb shifting its way over outside B, but currently Buddha is in a position where he surely gets at least one. It's a very strong spot up here.
Yeah,
you can tuck into the pocket, give yourself plenty of cover, just buy some time. The flash, if it's good though, might just render him ineffective, but unfortunately they're unable to take him down in the first time of asking, and now Buddha goes ahead and gets a double. He should have been dead immediately.
Absolutely, he's done incredibly well there to even get a kill, doubles down, and leads him in a very advantageous position here. Max, though, looking to throw it away potentially. Not sure what he's up to there. No need whatsoever. With 30 seconds on the clock as well, surely just boost the B defense, be ready for their next attack, not take the game towards them. They're still with a man advantage here. 20 seconds remaining. They should be winning the round, but they can't afford to be throwing kills away here.
Yeah, this is not the start that allows you to do that. You have to take everything here. Your money's not in a good place either. At this point, you want to keep 3 alive, but this round could go the wrong way. You've been smoked out. You now allow them into the site. They can easily plant the bomb.
You have to. You start pushing through the AWP, this will be
the only way you stop it is if... Oh, he does. Spams through enough time, and you get both kills.
Can't be too mad at that. We will see them pick up their first, but as mentioned, you really have to be careful here. This is a financial situation. It's on a knife's edge right now, but they managed to keep 3 players alive. And we'll have a look at the cash for MIBR. I'm sure they've been winning these rounds. Once again, some of them have been quite close. Definitely more than enough for a full buy. Do they have the AWP out? So it doesn't look like it. Already required on the T side of Ancient, but there's the B ramp smoke. Sending it all the way down towards the double doors.
Buddha gets spotted. Now under a bit of pressure, NQZ has fielded a kill. It's on to Breno. The opening goes in the way of 9Z, and a missed shot from NQZ at least keeps MIBR within this one. AK can be upgraded, or rather, Galil into the AK. Oof. Spam can certainly be a factor here, and Max is the one that comes out on top of it. 2 kills now for 9Z right off the get-go.
That's the benefit of the M4A4. One of the few, I suppose, that you do get a lot of bullets and able to spam. Comes out on top there. 5 on 3. This would be a huge round for them to pick up. This is where they could really start sinking their teeth in, but as we've mentioned a few times, such a CT-sided map. You want to start stringing a few together. 5 on 3. In terms of utility, still a couple of flashbangs, 1 smoke, a Molotov as well, so it won't really be an execution, but if they can smoke off CT Spawn, which they're setting up right now, Molotov and Temple, it's enough to try and get the bomb down.
So 35 seconds and another kill for NQZ. It's just exiting Turtle, seeing what scraps are available to them, but I think they realize the save call is probably better here, and I don't know if they're allowed to save Henry. Look who's pushed down through elbow. Max is waiting for them. M4A4. Can't say we see a lot of it. Max will rattle away Turtle. And the second's there too. Nice and clean. Zach obviously happy with what his squad are able to pull off here. It's a recovery mission now for 9Z, which they actually did on Dust 2 as well.
Absolutely. That's how they like it. Nightmare mode.
From behind.
Yes, indeed. As we'll have a look at the replays here. QZ. We'll get into the following round here. Just the pistols, as stated, that was an important round for them to pick up. Shattered the finances now, and it's going to be a straight-up aid rush. Get it done. Glocks are ready, looking for a plant if possible. And it's a lovely shot from NQZ, but I think they still get the bomb down, you know. That's all they really want here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. That's goal number 1.
There it is.
Yeah, and it's gone down. You've killed everyone, guys. Yeah. They're looking for the last guy.
Yeah, they're all dead.
That happens so quickly. They're like, hold on, they're having a little chuckle to themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's all a bit of fun.
It has happened, though, where people lose 1 versus 0 because they didn't realize there's
I think it's happened to me historically. I think I can recall
I think everyone's kind of had a moment
like
that.
So in the zone, and you just like kind of don't realize.
Yeah. But 9Z.
He's close to that monitor, isn't he? He's right up close.
How sustainable is that? Just burning your red.
Yeah, for your eyesight, not very, but I don't know, something like
if it lasts to the end of your Counter-Strike career, there you go. Remember Bondic was the worst, dude. He's played so long and he has the weirdest like posture and monitor position, how close he is. Lots of strange ones.
Well, MIBR with the tactical pause after an emphatic start, starting to simmer down here somewhat. The coach to chime in. 9Z, 3 rounds in a row, and AK-47s within their arsenal now as well. Money starting to get into a pretty nice position. 8K on DGT after the reinvestment of utility as well. So that's going to be a kill for the CTs almost certainly. They don't swing onto it. Oh, in that corner. They must be aware of the prospect of being in that corner. Okay, it's still going to be falling in the favor of 9Z. I was about to say, how have they given this one up? But they do have the man advantage. That's a huge kill. Breno was the last hope, I would say, in that round.
That's not an angle you play in pre-fires when you're warming up. True. That one doesn't exist. That's a bit of a difficult one to predict. I think QC comes away with it.
Do we have anything left to be said about round number 9? Doesn't look good, but 4-on-2. Stranger things have happened. There's an open A bomb site.
Yeah. I mean, there's no smoke, so it's not exactly open because Donut is still a threat.
And they don't really have much to speak of. They've got a couple of Molotovs, so again, throwing out towards Temple. It's a very nice position for one, but maybe behind the back of the default box as well on the bomb site.
Oh, they're making noise now, so the Donut player is very aware of what is happening.
They could take him down if the AWP peaks first. Who knows? They're going to be boosting up. Got plenty of time to work with. Looking for any potential flanks. They will be coming, but not in the manner they would expect. David now getting some confidence to challenge. Rightly so. It's a great shot. Leaves it in a 4 versus 1. Henny. Could be problematic here, but Max will take care of business. And we go 5-4. 1 round in up.
Yeah, it's crazy how 9-0 is so capable of turning it around, right? You can get absolutely bodied for the first 5 rounds and then immediately you're back into the game again. We've seen that in Dust 2. We've now seen it on Ancient. It's disheartening if you're MIBR as well, because every time you get off to a good start, you feel good about yourself, and then it slowly starts to slip out of your fingers, and now you're down to pistols. So this should be the lead being conceded and the tie coming through.
Should be, but you never know.
That's very true.
With Tech 9s and armor, you can definitely find some sort of access here. Needs to be careful here. They might pounce through the smoke on the reload. Significant damage, though, inflicted at the start. Locked out behind the smoke, but they're trying to bait Breno in, suggesting that is behind the smoke. They've got no chance, baiting the CTs down. Breno can mop up, but keep him restrained. But it just holds the corner. Nose up against pistols. If he goes down, it just offers up a rifle. Even if he gets one, it's just not worth it. Hold strong, stay together, have the crossfires and the trade potential. So just a chance to chat. You can see them just adjusting headsets and baiting out more utility if possible, see if any mistakes are presented. The bombs down there with them. DGT holding towards the cubby. Oh, it's all quiet and quite peaceful for a moment here.
Just hearing the sounds of the jungle.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it is just the calm before the storm.
You might be right. I think on the 30-second mark, to probably pull the pin. And here we go. Buddha's confirmed it. Lovely shot from him. Double stack towards the cubby. This could be a problem, actually. There's going to be a double kill here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lovely barbecue right there. Actually gets a double out of it. Max, good awareness to check for the cave push forward, but there's 19 seconds left. He can really cause a problem with just the wall bangs here. NQZ's going to throw the nade in. That softens him up. The molly going through. The spam not connecting, so the bomb will go down. And Exit's gone forward. Another kill found from his Tech 9. This could turn easily in favor of MIBR if that kill came through, but it didn't. And now Henny is low. He's stuck inside of the site, and it came down to a 1v1. Luckily, Max comes out on top of it.
What a shot that was from Henny. So there it is. Just the pistols there, but a snowball can turn into an avalanche very quickly in the right circumstances there. Perfectly placed Molotov. It's a nice idea with the double stack towards Cubby, baiting a teammate in. They won't check it twice, assuming it's clear, but actually end up roasting 2 of them. But still, winning the round, 9Z, tied things up 5-5 here. That was just a partial buy from MIBR, so getting 4 kills, bomb planted. Actually pretty successful, all things considered. We'll see them have the AWP for Henny once again. He's currently sat on 8 kills, 7 deaths. It's Jota at the bottom this time, 3 and 9. Very important round here, just from a psychological point of view. We will be taking the lead here now.
Henny quaking up close and personal. Lucky to get away with his life there. Unfortunately, did not get away with a kill. And QZ, though, is the first stopper to ring out with the frag. And now Turtle, he's charging up into the B site. Oh, has a chance. Hasn't taken his kill.
Yeah, a little bit awkward for both teams here. Man advantage, of course, for 9Z, but a chance getting that bomb planted. They've swarmed the B-bomb site. One in towards Cubby. DGT will find yet another kill.
Oh, I love that from Max. That's a great spam into the Cubby. And he gets another one through the smoke.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Henny took significant damage towards Cave at the start. Won't be saving this sniper, I'm afraid. Has got the bomb on his back. But you don't even need to push him until the clock's low. You want to actually wait until you get to like the 10-second mark. You know he can't make his way back through T-spawn. You've locked him in. So when we see like 15 seconds on the clock, that's when you start pushing in, and trying to kill him after the time would be ideal. Will they be able to pull it off, though? And he's making the right play. He's not isolating himself in a difficult position, but probably goes down either way.
And now that's 9Z into the lead.
And you can hear now them getting a bit more fired up. The shouting begins. His pumps are out.
Z. Right now, it's feeling good for the comeback. That's a huge string of rounds put together, but we talk about the fact that Ancient is so CT-sided. 5 rounds on the T side, even though it feels bad because you're getting battered and bruised right now, the fact that you've come close even on a few of these T rounds from that point, but you also got 5 up already, is still a lot to play with. So one more sprinkled in there, you're feeling very good about this half already. It's never great though, feeling, going out of a half without winning a round for a very long time.
Yeah, certainly not. We saw that in Dust too. It's a little bit demoralizing, isn't it? Wondered if you floundered your chance to really run away with it, but his Turtle, another opportunity. Probably wants to swing and commit on this, but there's a smoke. Mind games begin now. Trying to predict whether he does fall back, but gets nothing for it. Some damage inflicted at least, as they relinquish control of middle. The CT's falling back towards Red Room. 1 minute remaining. In terms of utility, still got 3 smokes and a Molotov here. A execution might be the best port of call. They're thinking otherwise. Back towards B for Breno. Time to consider their options, as we do have that AK-47 towards the cave. And 4 positioned, ready to transition to either bomb site when required. There's David just looking through a tiny gap in the smoke there. This is a very important kill here, and might be the double. Not quite.
Nearly, but Exit makes a crucial kill there. Otherwise, that might be completely out of the round. It's still unlikely they get into this one. But they're going to attempt. Brenner walking up the ramp with Turtle, who, you have to give it to him, has been playing much better here than the first map. He's broken the double-figure mark now, 10 kills.
So that bomb won't be planted just yet. Plucked out of the sky is Turtle. Sent packing, and it's a very convincing finish there. 3 players surviving, and once again in 5th gear. It takes them a while to get going. 5-0 down, and now 7-5 at it.
Yeah, it's a big turnaround here for 9Z. Of course, they want to leave this half 10-5. They want to get as many rounds as possible out of this first half showing. And you can see all of the MIBR players look a little deflated right now in terms of their emotions, not really feeling too hyped about it. I don't think there is anything to feel too happy about, but here comes a quick round up towards the B-bomb site. 4 spies in, or half by rather. They got Tech 9s, they got Mac 10s, and they're charging with speed into this, and there's no one really to meet them at the door. So they're into the site. They're looking to try and get the bomb down first and foremost, but then holding on to it becomes a difficult part unless you're just taking all the kills and upgrading your weapons. DGT's found the gap. He's found the gap indeed, and he's executed too. That's lovely work.
That really is. Turning it around. Good grenade towards the bomb site as well. Should be under control at this stage. A chaotic start to the round. Bomb planted, a missed orb shot there. And QZ just waiting for the backup. Bomb ticking at some pace right now, coming up to the 50% mark. And sure, they're low, but there's still a chance this could all fall apart. It'd be the first mistake they've made in some time here. There's the AK-47 connecting. A chance here. 1 versus 1, and they converted. A pistol rush in towards the B bomb site. A man disadvantage when the bomb was planted, but ultimately coming out on top, breaking the spree of rounds there. And 9Z can't believe it. A 3 versus 2 falls apart against the pistols, but rising to the occasion, the AK-47 closes the door there, and they're back to their winning ways.
Yeah, great work. A tactical timeout being taken right away. Just to settle into this one, figure out what they want to do ahead of this, because they realized that wasn't anything strategic. That was just a quick B rush. The setup wasn't designed to deal with the speed that was coming at them, so they ended up just losing the site. Exit's been finding some really crucial kills. And finally, they're able to capitalize on one of these closer rounds and take it on the T side. So 6 on the T side already. They want to try and squeeze as many out of this as possible because they know how important T rounds are. They're 1 map down already. This is a single elimination tournament. This is really it. Get as many as you can in this first half, otherwise you only have 1 more half to play.
Dead on. Wouldn't have it any other way right now. 1 round in it.
Very, very close game this whole way through.
Double door smoke being deployed once again. Frustrating to deal with.
It's not a very back and forth game.
No.
It's a lot of back and a lot of forth, but huge strings for each side. We'll see if this is where it starts to evolve into that. Trading rounds back and throw, but right now the nade going deep. Gets in behind Buddha, takes a bit of health off of him. They're not going A. They're throwing smokes out to signal that they want to go for an A split. You see the red smoke, the CT smoke, but they're going back to B together.
Well, well, well. Very important round, especially if MIBR loses this one, they'll be eco, force buy for the final one.
The setup's working as well, Henry, because the strat is perfectly placed because there's no one playing for info on the CT sides. They don't even know that they're not trying to split in towards the A site until this point. DGT holding off from Red Room. They didn't penetrate through a crucial point of the map, and now 45 seconds left. MIBR needed to act a little quicker on those smokes.
At least some significant damage has been inflicted. This round not necessarily over, but the timer doesn't look good for them. 30 seconds, and that's a hell of a reaction there. DGT had him dead to rights, but fluffs his line somewhat back to a 4-4. And where do they want to finish up here? Bomb still towards B, but rotating back towards middle.
It's a fake again. Out on the B side.
It's kept 3 players there.
Yeah, it has, but now they realize no one's committing to this. There's only 17 seconds. Surely they have to be going A. So now the CTs are speeding back, and if NQZ can hold them off, if he can chop down a couple of players here, this turns into a nightmare for MIBR. But Henny got a collateral. He killed his own teammate. He got David, and oh, well, 9Z have just farmed it.
You had the correct reaction there, but unfortunately...
I couldn't see it, Henry. Yeah. I couldn't see it.
Oh, it's unfortunate for them. That would have been sick if he found the collateral and found 2 kills upon entry, but unfortunately for him, as mentioned, if they lost that round, money would be in a bit of a dire spot. They still have enough for AKs, I think, across the board. Maybe a couple of concessions here, but still a competitive round up in number 15 here. 9Z be winning the half, but 9-6 would be what they're aiming for. So a couple of Galils, Desert Eagle, AK-47s otherwise. Initial mid-battle is underway. Standard smoke not as ideal towards the double doors, and they'll be exploiting that fact to make their way out. This is a big moment. Flashbang's not great, but the second one follows up and does the job. Everyone completely blind here.
DGT on the double again, and it's great to see. And I mean, we're looking at this 8-6 half, quickly turning towards a 9-6 right now for 9Z if they can close upon this. It is good. Searches around the elbow. Oh, lovely shot flicked down for NQZ. Turtle removed. And 9Z putting themselves in pole position to close the half with a 3-round advantage. Exit and Henny must recover this with sub-power weapons. I mean, look, we have a Galil, we have a Deagle in the mix here. That's what you've got to go up against with a 2-man deficit. They'll boost up Henny, give him a better vantage point down into the side, but it's super passive right now. A lot of information gathered there for DGT. He'll call David over to try and help him out. Plant being committed to. David's going to try and deny that. He can't get there in time, but he will react and take both down. And sure, have the plant. I'll take the round. 9-6.
Well, one of the few players still using the M4A4, but it's a great effect, I have to say. A very impressive comeback there from the likes of Z. We'll see whether they can keep it up and towards the second half. It's been, like I said, a back and forth affair, but not in the way you might expect. Going down 5-0, having to fight back 2 for Nail, but very entertaining one so far. Dust 2 was a bit of a banger, and now Ancient delivering on all fronts as well. As we'll take a moment just to catch our breath. And no halftime breaks here, of course, but just give him 30 seconds. Using a bit of a tactical timeout. And there we have it. I have to say, NQZ was some great moments so far. Like, his AWP is looking very sharp. He's definitely taking the lion's shares of kills compared to Henny, I have to say. Henny's currently sat on 9 and 11, and QZ with 13 and 8. At the very top is DGT though, 16 and 9. He's had a great performance. So we get ready for the second half here. So anyone's game, 9-6 at half.
A pistol pickup here on the T side would be brilliant for 9Z. You have a 3-round buffer already. If you can pick up the pistol and convert upon that, you would give yourself another 3 rounds, up to 6 rounds on the buffer. Surely they can squeeze out enough from that point. Have to wait and see as the second half gets underway. You see Zach hyping 9C up, trying to keep the energy high. It is later in the day here at Barcelona. We're heading into 10 p.m., which was the time we actually started the last game yesterday.
That's true. Yeah. Could still be going for a late one here. We have potentially another map to be played, which will be Inferno, of course. Always the great decider. Look at that string of rounds there.
Yes.
Look at the screens. Probably want to get the scoreboard off, though, I would say.
Oh, well, it seems like that one's stuck up there. I think we're going through a classic CS bug here, Henry. The spectator client.
Do what you can, Dinko.
Yeah, well, I love to see it. Breno and Turtle alongside Henny, alongside David, all with kills across the board. And
oh, going Huffless.
I like this. Who knows who got the kill there that time around. And the round is won by the counter-terrorists, so not bad here for MIBR. A good start.
Like cinematic mode now.
Yeah, we can add our own flavor to it, I think, at that point.
So, yeah, MIBR picking up the pistol. Very important one. Going to be 7 now. We'll probably take a technical timeout for our own issues.
I'll be here all day.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like there's a pause, so could be Huddless going into the next round again. There we go.
No, they got it quick.
Good.
Production speedy on that one. CSGO Spectator client can be a bit buggy. Well, Max looking to run on up the ramp. It is going to be Turtle for the first 2 kills. David able to pull one back at least, but still Breno inside of the site. And he could cause a bit of a problem for them.
He's gone for the more conservative approach, maintain that man advantage. He doesn't have to challenge at this point. The bomb going down could be a bit of an issue there, but stabilizing here. 4 versus 2. And this was the full investment from 9Z, and still alive and kicking, but not for long. Decent effort there, and completely shut down. 3 players survive for MIBR, but the bomb planted does put them in a pretty good position going forward. There will be eco, maybe a few upgraded pistols by virtue of that plant, but there it is, should be tying things up here on the MIBR side.
Yeah, we talked about 9Z getting the pistol pickup, what that would mean for them, obviously. They would extend to a 6-round buffer, but the 3 rounds are now being whittled away. And that is going to be MIBR put into a pretty decent position. Now if they can just convert this, but this is not an easy round to go up against. You got the AKs, you got the Galils out on the other side of things. We'll see what 9Z's call is. It's quite heavy towards A off the get-go. But look how fast they're down mid here. John is already up over ledge.
So with this buy, they are quite compromised in a few facets of the game, but Jota certainly not. He's taking the aggression there towards the B lane and opened things up very nicely indeed. Henny with the AWP nice and early as well, but his vision has been removed. He's going to be dropping a smoke of his own to, I'm not really sure what to do, take some attention away from that side, I suppose, but doesn't really allow him to get out of Temple. We'll see what they make of it. It's actually looking quite good for 9Z, I have to say. And there's another kill towards Donuts. They might be right back in this. It's down to Turtle now. Into Max, that's good flashbang, going for the double kill, and he delivers on all fronts. Denies a plant as well. Man advantage back in favor of MIBR, and then some. 3-on-1. DGT in a very problematic scenario.
Yeah, if he pulls this off, it would be incredible, but it's not going to happen. Turtle with a lovely shot from the back of default, has a great round there. The 2 kills were very, very quick indeed, very snappy. I'm sure we'll get to see it again. This is the round replay. Jota just straight down into B lane. This is Turtle getting a quick double, and then closes with the 3rd at the end of the round. So can't be too bad to that if you're at MIBR, as they now tie up 9-9. And for 9Z, it's back down to pistols. This could start to get away from them, Henry. You know, the CT side can build up.
We'll see what they can do. Pistols once again. Another partial buy. The loss bonus racking up. Mid control. Fully under MIBR's remit. We will see plenty of smokes left over as well. And Jota once again pushing down his B lane. This time with the M4A1S. Doesn't have to rely on the MP9. Some shots through the wooden boards there. But taking the brunt of it down to 49. And setting up for some red room smokes. Gonna try and get some mid control if possible. See what they can make of it. Have flashbangs as well, but if you get the mid control, that's great, but I guess you just go through donut, try and overwhelm the CTs. Could go through towards spawn as well. That's an interesting concept. There's the aforementioned smoke. Could run through it with the Tech 9s, but we'll see what they've got in mind.
Max is about to go through donut, likely to be assassinated by exit, but the timing's worked against him. He knows one player's in there. He just needs to track him and find the perfect opportunity, and he'll get that. He just needs to confirm there's less players in donut. Look at this, like a little third-person Buddha action. He's gone forward and caught out Henny. Turtles come snapping around the backside, and Buddha is the victim of his AK. And Turtle, he couldn't have had a different game in comparison to Dust 2, right? He's just playing so much better right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Sending them packing there, 3 kills in the round, and important kills as well. If he goes down to the AWP, that round could fall apart.
He's 20-13 right now as well. Like, this is such a big step up comparison to Dust 2, where you had 8 kills, I think, through the entire game. So, loving this from Turtle. Big turnaround, and maybe a big turnaround here for MIBR. Map number 3 might be required between these two sides. I thought we were going to Inferno right from the get-go today.
He did.
But the thing is, 9Z, as soon as you start to consider them out of it, that's when they seem to do their best work.
True. I've been saying the opposite word of tenacity with this squad. They're going to have to display plenty of it if they wanted to drop the 2-0 on us. But we'll see what they can do. That was another partial buy. They are breaking through. It's just sealing the deal. Haven't managed to do that just yet. Double digits for the Brazilians here. Our last quarterfinal of the tournament. We get into the action here. All for NQZ. And a bit of aggression here towards the B ramp.
Oh, swinging down. It's Max that comes in with 1. Turtle gets at least a single kill for the CT side, but that's all they're getting. Buddha was the quietest performer, and now he's risen to the top. He goes forward into the B side. He's got himself a double kill. That is not quiet whatsoever. And 9Z needed that. They absolutely needed that one.
Yeah, very impressive. I like the idea from MIBR, to be honest with you. You've run away with a few of these rounds. Try and present something a little bit different. Just they're adjusting to your default setup and mid control. But the flashbangs were good, just the shots were better. Coming in there, well handled. And we do have the bomb plant there. It's going to be a 4 versus 2. Exit and Jota. Can't really have much to say about this one, I'm afraid. Probably just going to be maintaining the finances and keeping hold of 2 M4s as they start to trot off towards the A bomb site. And the loss bonus won't be established, right? So they'll only be getting 1,400. So these 2 players go down. That's actually quite a big deal. Exit. He only has $1,000. Turtle, similar sort of story. They can buy up if they save this 1 rifle, but it might not be worth it if they all go down. Jota trying to give them the run here, but can he stay alive? They're actually in full hunt mode. They can't really justify this. That money's not exactly established, but it works out for them, and we tie things up at 10-10. Anyone's game still, and the money in a bit of a desperate spot. Let's check out the exact numbers once the round starts. So yeah, you can see there's a buy there, but is it worth it? On the CT side, I would say a partial. Bring the pistols out, maybe a scout, an MP9 or something. But you just don't want to be operating with very little in such a pivotal moment of this map and indeed the series. So yeah, take the tactical timeout for sure. Like, there's so many different variables here. Do you want the Henny AWP? Do you need all the incendiaries to patrol middle? Would you have to go for aggression again with the MP9? It's such a gamble. When you're on the CT side, you don't really want to be taking those. This is your map to win now, so let's see what they decide to do. I can hear purchases coming through.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what we've got going on here.
Gone for it, bro.
That's
okay.
insane. All right.
I don't mind the MP9. It's actually quite a cool idea. They've been very good with that weapon, to be fair.
Yeah, especially Exit has been finding some crazy moments with the weaker guns.
Opting for the AWP, just no armor, so can't really go for that combat sniping.
Oh, well, definitely go sniping, that's for sure. Henny with the first kill, MIBR, important start to the round here. Is a response from 9Z. Still heavily leaning towards B. They don't have mid control. When you don't have mid control in Ancient, you have to be a little worried. You always have to have it in the back of your head. You could be flanked, so they're pulling Buddha back to try and defend from Donut, or rather Elbow, to watch out towards the ledge, so they don't have to worry about being flanked from that area. But 1 minute and 5 seconds, and they're still outside the B lane without making too much ground.
So, B execution, nothing too flashy yet. Smoke towards shore being deployed by Max. One along as well. Henny probably gets a chance to fire a bullet. There it is, through the wickets though. They'll maintain the 5 and 4 advantage, but they might have to sacrifice the B side. Apparently not though. Great positioning from Breno. Bomb to be planted, but maybe denied with the spam. Not quite hitting the mark there, so bomb does go down, but surely they won't be picking this one up. Max would have to do something unspeakable here. He might even make his way in towards cave.
Well, Max goes forward, and he does just walk into the lion's den. Turtles come in, and we need Buddha to pop off. We need Buddha to get everything, and it's a double in from cave. Lined up on Turtle and Breno, and now a 3 versus 2. This is it. This is a real shot that Molly's going to buy some significant time, but Exit came around the backside. It is now NQZ that Molly is still doing its work, but NQZ is now pinned down the ramp. He needs to go through the fire if he wants to win the round. The defuse's being stuck. There's not enough time. There's not enough time, and NQZ is going to pull it off. A close round, but it went all the way, and 9Z will be so happy about pulling that one off.
Yeah, finally. A heist goes in their favor. It looked like that round was done and dusted. They've come so tantalizingly close in many of these sort of rounds, but finally it lands in their favor. This was the moment. Buddha finding the timing, the double spray down. He drops the Molotov as well. He saves the round. Of course, NQZ doing the heavy lifting with the fragging there, but he's gained the time allowed to do that by virtue of the Molotov. So that's great stuff, and the money is completely ruined now on the CT side. In towards middle we go. Full speed ahead. Shots through the smoke, not quite connecting, but wow, that was an exciting moment. MIBR full eco here. No chance of winning this round. And it will be 12-10. That's a devastating one. What a gut punch. Yeah. They did so well as well. They got the opening kill. That's a full investment.
Opportunities don't come along like that too often, right? You gotta take those. You gotta find it. So often when you're in those kind of purchases, you don't have a kit. And so that's what cost them in the end. The fact they don't have the kit to play with. Now coming back over. Outside of the B site. It does get worse for MIBR, Henry. They're about to execute into a site that they don't even have a single player on.
Here we go.
Flashbangs deployed. Execute here.
Yeah, all to play for. We'll see what happens, but yeah, this is a foregone conclusion. The only thing up for debate is whether they hold on to all 5 weapons. Careful, David. You are alone, my friend. You've got nothing to gain and everything to lose.
Oh, wow. He's keeping it clean, runs out of ammo. Definitely could have got an ace there, but DGT will come in and clean it up. You know, 3 for 1, not bad, as long as the other 2 kills come in quickly. No one lost a weapon. And solid stuff.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Wow, this one just got very interesting. 9Z gunning for a 2-0 here, looking to knock MIBR out of the tournament. Convinced they can do it after these last couple of rounds. Great showing on Dust 2. Down 7-1, and then bounce back for a victory, and once again down 5-0 here on Ancient. They love being on the back foot, it seems.
Jota's quick up towards Bruno. But he's looking to try and fight Max in the smoke outside Jaguar. Yeah, if he does, he might be overrun in that ammo count. Yep, you know there's not a lot of ammo in that. Max decides not to go aggressive, which is often a rare case because he does love to get aggressive.
Max, ready to swing.
He wants to so badly. He's going to run out of ammo in this gun, man.
Yeah, he's only got like 40 bullets left now.
It's not even worth it. He hasn't done anything. His teammate Jota's with him, though. It's about to be a bloodbath. As soon as we go under a minute here, this is about to be just an all-right attack.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. Good smoke, stifling pressure. No shots in return, but a lot of damage being inflicted on both sides. They'll both be limping back with their tail between their legs, I would say. Molotov, and there's the wall bang. Finally comes in for Jota, gets Buddha.
Yeah, finally. They get something from it. Max has taken a lot of damage on board too. He's down to 9 HP. And with 35 seconds left, where is he going to run with this one? It's out middle, perhaps. But they've decided to go towards A main. Now they have to be careful because if they make any steps, this donut player of exit will hear them. So they're letting them walk on up. 20 seconds left. 20 seconds is all they've got to get out towards the site. Max holds off the aggressive play forward from Jota. But that's down an elbow. They've cancelled the round, Henry. They just can't win this round.
Yeah, there's nothing really they can do at this stage. Time was too low. Too much posturing towards the K position, but at least they hold on to the majority of the firepower, AWP included as well. But a bit of a damp squib towards the end there. And we will have the next round coming out. We're down to just one round of difference once again. Tactical timeout for MIBR by the looks of things. So, full buy, but any player going down there. But we'll see what the tactical timeout will lead us to. Maybe a bit of aggression from the CT side again. Didn't work out before, but this one coming down right down to the wire once more. If you are just joining us, this is the pick of MIBR. Maybe it's a competitive game with Dust too, but able to seal the deal. Inferno up next, so they can pick this one up. Coming to you live from Barcelona. Spotify Camp Nou, an iconic venue for football. And maybe for Counter-Strike in the future, we keep this up.
It's been pretty cool so far, but competition is reaching its head in this series at least. 9Z with a decisive round coming up. It's a bit of a non-starter in the previous. Can't let this opportunity slip away from them. The chance to 2-0 MIBR. David getting smoked off at the exit of A main, but he's actually going to go through. Based on what he's seen before the smoke came in, he feels like he's confident enough to use that timing to get through. He doesn't want to play behind the smoke. He's not seen anybody play with the smoke. He's not seen anybody transition in the site. Feels pretty good about staying on the other side of this one. And it goes in. Does a bit of damage. Not going to be too scary right now for David. He's going to want to try and get out towards the site. Molly's out the back of the default boxes. Sends the nade deep into a CT spawn. And he can't see his opponent. But it doesn't really matter because he's made through into the site.
Wow, this is actually kind of insane. The fact they've got full A-side control. The CTs can do nothing about it. The bomb will be planted. And off we go, a 5-on-5 retake. Make it 5-on-4. David will strike first. Turtle, quick to respond through the smoke. Finds him. Yeah. Lots of healthy players around, but not too much in terms of utility. Just a few flashbangs remaining. They're being deployed right now. This is a huge round, Inko.
Yeah, this is massive. This is the turning point, really.
Yeah, money broken on both sides.
Yeah, 9Z desperately trying to hold on. MIBR coming back in, and it's a lineup for Buddha yet again. He finds some massive impact, exit with 1 kill, but they're not ready for Max, and that's the round. Not enough time to really go for it, not enough firepower left on the server. It's just Jota, and he'll at least get something on the way out the door, but it's 13 rounds for 9Z, 3 rounds away from the 2-0.
Well, there we have it. Touching distance now of the 2-0. The money is going to be in a real rough spot. I'm not sure if they have another tactical timeout remaining. They've taken quite a few here, maybe one. This is the time to take it, to be honest with you, though. If you're MIBR, you really have a difficult decision to make. You've saved an M4. That's in the hands of Jota, and I see the mics go down, so I'm assuming that's exactly what's happening here. Oh, he's covering the mouth. Doesn't want anyone lip reading here.
Oh, it's like football tactics.
Yeah, exactly. He's like the camera seeing
what's this one on here in the stadium the other day. Gonna cover it. You know. Oh, he's looking away. I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
I like this secrecy. We haven't had that in CS, have
No,
we?
we haven't.
Heading another level. Well, this is 9Z once again, battling back from behind. Looking a little bit lost, and then arriving on the server. I mean, DGT leading the way. Max not too far behind him. Doing a good team effort here. Buddha especially, man. Second half, he's found some crazy impact.
He really has. That double kill just then, beautiful. Just what they needed. A tight situation could have gone either way. Lots of kills coming through the smoke, and don't get me wrong, they can win this round MIBR, but it's going to be a laboured affair. Pistols only, and that saved them 4. You have money going forward into the next round. Molotov to stop the aggressive push. He's playing the defense this time. God, I'm a bit scared. I feel like MIBR going to do something with this. Just someone fill it in my waters. Max feeling brave. To go into these tight choke points against the pistols, you've got to be. An exchange of kills. Jota goes down. That's the M4. Dinko almost goes down as well.
My chair nearly collapses beneath me. I'm alive. It's all good. I just see my life flash before my eyes. But everything's okay. Everything is okay. 9Z now trying to get forward in towards the site.
They've managed to get 2 rifles, just to know that. So they've got an AK and an M4. This round is not done.
Your waters might be on point here, Henry.
Yeah. Could be boiling. Minute remaining. Max patrolling towards CT spawn and indeed red room. This is the kill that already decided, I would say. USP can't really do much about it. Now you might just want to be saving these 2 rifles, all things considered. Not the most exciting approach. Oh, there might be a chance here.
Max. He's just come around the back. One, take it away. Breno.
Oh, knows where he is at least.
Got around the corner, but
might as well hunt him down.
Might as well just go for him, right? 14 rounds now for 9Z.
Lock him in. It's going to be DGT with the contact, but
money's good.
Money's good. They're absolutely fine. That's a very strong round from 9Z. Well, there we have it. 1 round away from series points. There is a full buy from MIBR, but they need to play a perfect game from this point on.
Yeah, it feels like this is the last try, right? It's the last rallying of the troops. If you lose this buy, you're likely to concede the game and be eliminated here in Barcelona. What's the call here for 9Z? Look at the speed behind this one. A charge towards A is the call. It's the plan of attack to try and get out in towards exit. He's going to be under a lot of pressure actually behind this big box. Smokes it off. He's done very well. As one person trying to defend the A site, just simple utility usage is actually taking the sting out of this play and force 9Z to respect it and slow down a bit. So good work there from exit.
Here we go. Deep breath, boys. Full A execution early on in the round as well. Can't really go anywhere else with this one because you've sacrificed so much territory on the map. 3 players with the bomb, ready and waiting. Bit of mid-control presented there, but just trying to push the CTs back. Keep them on their toes, deny the rotation. Smoke towards Temple. Molotovs being deployed as well. Flashbangs to go in, and presumably that's going to be it. Juggling around the utility here. 1 final smoke towards CT.
It comes down to the kills and whether or not they can remove Jota initially here. He's in a very good spot at Donut. Yes, got forced away from middle, but got forced into Donut, which actually works against him. And Jota gets the double kill. Lovely work from Jota. There's still a push towards B, but at this point, it's far gone. The bomb's inside of the site. 30 seconds left. DGT's on the other side of the map. That's not a great round from 9Z, really. I think the initial plan was cool, but when you don't commit...
It was quite sloppy, wasn't it? It seemed like they weren't sure who was throwing what. They were juggling around utility at the choke point, the mouth of the bomb site, and it didn't even seem like Donut was even covered. They didn't have anything down on that side of the map. And yeah, it would have been great to have the smoke there just to give them a bit more access towards the bomb site, but nothing to be done. And they'll be feeling the brunt of the financial burdens. They've got another full buy in them, and they still have a nice lead here, but MIBR back on their feet, 4 players surviving, and DGT with no options but to save the weapon. The round is concluded, and there we have it. MIBR wins the round.
Oh, it was an important round again for MIBR.
Of course, every round at this point is, I suppose.
Exactly, right? So that was the last chance. You know, if you don't win that gun round, it's pretty much over. Now you've won that gun round.
The start of the campaign.
We'll see if it's a long one or a short one, like many of the new games we get today. Snap, crackle, and pop. 14-12. 9Z's purchase still very strong. They've got plenty of utility alongside of it. And stacking down towards the B lane. And spam down on Max. He does get across away from the Jaguar initial fight. We're going to see Buddha try and fight up the B ramp, but no one really giving him the shot for the opening. See if 9Z can get ahead here.
Well. Mid control granted at least. DGT in towards Red Room. The battle of the spams coming through. No one quite hitting the mark just yet. They both exchange blows. It's Turtle coming worse off on that one, down to 31 points of health. 23 frags to his name though. You called it. He's been playing much better. Awkward for Breno.
Yeah, that's rough. And now NQZ's turn. He might get a one overextending player from the boost. Nearly gets a pick, but just not accurate nor quick enough to get it.
That's
but a wallbang. No way. Buddha just got a ridiculous shot through the wallbang on Turtle. Elsewhere, DGT and David are taking kills, and it's just Henny left alone. 1v5. This one feels over.
Well. Henny, what have you got for us? It would have to be an absolute showstopper to stand a chance, and it all starts in CT spawn. I dare say he's going down here. The trade will come through. And they are hitting dire straits at this stage. MIBR, I guess they can take a tactical timeout. They have to buy. There'll be no saving here. And it feels like it could be locked in the 2-0. Time will tell. Doesn't seem like a timeout's coming in. Don't see any mics being flipped down. We're off. MP9, CZ,
It's not something that inspires you, is it? Rally the troops, head out to war with your pots and pans. Let's see what you can get done here. They've rallied the pitchforks. They're running down. Buddha being fended off. Smoke is going to allow some control here for MIBR, and I guess
good nade.
That's fantastic, because the fact that you have no control, really, you have no advantage in terms of the weapons.
Site,
if you take some control, but you're right, it's the A-bomb sites that are under pressure, and Henny has to defend. He's done well to delay, he's done well to cut down the numbers and thin out the herd by one, but they need more than that, and Breno's going to go ahead. It's the MP9, now the AK-47, and the rotation. Look at the cavalry, it's arrived.
Yeah, they might have squandered their chance here, allowing that aggression to come through. 2 kills found, upgraded to AKs, M4s. I think we've got another few rounds in as MIBR keep applying the pressure, and there it is. Turtle confirms it. Continues that strong form.
Overtime possibility here.
Yeah, I think so.
It's these A plays that just aren't convincing enough for 9Z, unfortunately. I think if they just lean a little bit further in towards these mid to B plays, this looked a little bit better for them. I mean, their A finishes have been okay, but it's always when they're coming through Donut or in the late round, they've really found a lot of success there. But when you're attempting these A plays out of spawn, it just doesn't feel good enough. And that's with a big advantage too, in terms of weapons, but also MIBR committed very heavily towards B. They've been aggressive, so the rotations were a long way off too. Just a bit unfortunate there from 9Z. Henny does really well.
Doesn't work out for them. Henny with the all-important frag with the FAMAS there, slowed them right down.
There was no smoke for CT, right? Or was it too deep?
I don't know, but yeah, they definitely, it might have been a deeper version of it, but their A attacks haven't been too convincing in terms of the execution, I have to say, for 9Z. Definitely some holes in the execution, but a pretty clean round from MIBR there. They came in with MP9s and CZs and a FAMAS and managed to win the round hands down.
I get it. I know why it's got a Coke and a water, right? So every time he wins the round, he has Coke as a reward.
Okay.
Water when
a sugary treat.
Yeah.
And if you lose one, you have a sip of disgusting
like
water.
Yeah, exactly. Positive reinforcement.
Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. So,
but I still good here for 9Z. That's the thing. There's still an opportunity, a crack of the whip here to go again.
If they give this round up, though. So that's why overtime is very likely, but certainly possible. Big round here, of course. Jota will be aggressive, of course.
Yeah, I've loved the way he's been playing mid here. He's really denied them any access. It doesn't really feel like 9Z want to go mid. Like, they really haven't put mid control at the top of the list of priorities, even though pretty much every other team does. You're going to see a lot of these Infinity multi combos. Smokes out to Red Room, Donut, cut out, but 9Z keep going A, and I just haven't seen enough that makes me feel good about these A plays, and they're going to put it all on the line. All on A. Let's see what Exit can do here. 9Z, if they get this close pick first, he's going to delay them. And that calls for Jota to come back in rotation to Donut again. Here we go, 9Z.
Big nade. 60 damage towards David.
There's never the decision. There's to go.
Yeah, they've just been pushed back. There's not really time to go back to being into a full execution.
You got to make the decisive move now. Do you want to go for a split?
They have nothing left. They've only got flashes left.
You have to go out. And maybe this is the point where they're trying to get Max into middle. He can come through Donut and pull a distraction on Jota, but this has to be now. You have to go now, otherwise this is going to turn into an absolute disaster, and overtime becomes a very likely possibility.
They
haven't checked exit. Exit yet to be cleared. That's the negligence. That's going to allow a kill for exit, and Jota just peeks in with a double. Finally, Max comes in, but he has to do everything. 15 seconds left. Bomb not down. Max really doesn't have a shot here. 14 rounds for MIBR, and overtime is almost surely confirmed now.
I think you might be right. This has been underwhelming from 9Z. They're dropping the ball. You're right, they're just not being assertive enough. Like, sure, it might not be ideal, you might be smoked out, but you've got no other options. You've got no utility left, and you're not checking those key positions. You're overlooking. It looks like everyone's a little bit confused and a little bit discombobulated. The coach doesn't look happy about it, and they'll take a tactical timeout.
I've no idea what they're seeing on A that makes them feel like they have to go there every time.
Yeah.
They've never, ever felt that good on A at the start of these rounds. There's no default, there's no B lane control, there's no mid control. It's all just straight up into A. And they're not having any success there. They might have just cost themselves this game now.
At least regulation won't be closing it out here, but the coach doesn't look too happy about it. It has been a little bit underwhelming.
Henry.
Just go for the B rush, boys, I reckon.
Just, yeah, don't go A. If you go A again,
just full send.
I'm going to actually fall off my chair.
Yeah, he'll actually do it this time. He means it. So I guess the AK at the back, and they're just going to just staying effort. Let's just go for the B rush. The Jeff was doing it.
B rush. Let's go.
That's not going to work. It's not going to happen.
Let's try and close it with a B rush forward. MacTed dead. 2 kills for Breno, 3rd for Turtle, and it's over. They really had so many shots here to try and close this one out, but 9Z have decided it's not to be. It is overtime needed between them and MIBR, and I think they've safely handed over the keys to the driver's seat to MIBR now, looking to try and push us to map number 3 at 10:30 tonight. It's going to be very late in the evening if this one goes to 3 maps.
Absolutely. Well, quite underwhelming that 9Z had this game in the palm of their hand. This is the moment it all started to go horribly wrong.
It's just negligence. They haven't checked CT in the previous round. They didn't check the big box in that round. And this at B rush, this was not going to work.
As soon as we saw them commit to it, it's like, well, this is over. There's no way. Like, the utility usage on B, everyone's doing the same set pieces in terms of dropping the smokes, the incendiaries, the grenades. You just can't really rush B and expect to get away with it. Unless the CTs are doing like a wild strategy elsewhere. On a default, this won't work out for you. And there we have it. It's going to be overtime. 9-0 will remain on the T side. They've been hit with the cold water now. Need to wake up. Sobering moments.
Jota being very vocal with the side. Delegating instructions towards them. Yeah, you can see a bit deflated here for 9Z. You can feel like that was your map. I feel like you could have done it, but now you got to do it in overtime. The slate is wiped clean, and it's all about getting to 4 rounds first. CT start here for MIBR too.
Well, here we go. It's going to be a tall order to bounce back from those last few rounds, but we'll see what they've got in mind. 3 players once again battling towards the B.
Wow, that's better. Max on the double kill right away. Turtle and Breno try to be aggressive, but they get absolutely slapped.
That's huge. Oh, is that regulation? Henny, I dare say he'll hit this one. He's a bit of a specialist at the close range sniping, but this one eludes him. And remember, this is 10K star money as well.
Yeah, you've thrown a lot of money away now.
Yeah, so Henny's down to $3,000. You won't be getting that much into the next round, so this could be problematic. You might, the thing is, like, sure, it's overtime, but you actually have to save weapons here, I would say. Allow Edson to be able to drop the AWP and hold onto his rifle. That's what you need to be thinking about. So the round's done. Maybe overthinking this one, but they have no idea if there's any CT presence, of course. Just confirming it's clear.
Yeah, it might be on. Just the aggressive maneuver not working out. Max was just honed in.
The thing is, had they deployed that aggressive maneuver when they went for the B rush, probably would have worked out for them, right? So, oh, did they get both the kills? They did. That's huge.
That's money gone. That's
Yeah,
it's
now-
not fully gone, obviously. He's
No.
getting there. It's brutal.
It's now the AWP will be able to be brought out, but you won't have all the grenades, and if you lose this round, you'll be down to like SMGs and pistols. So this is a big deal.
Well, they struggled to find the last tier round, but that one's a great one, and it's a different look as well. It's a bit more B-lane control. It's a bit focus across the map. It's a lot better there for 9Z. We'll see if they continue that path and realize that's probably the way to go about things.
So
A lot of damage on NQZ. In fact, he's burned away.
yes, indeed. Turtle opening things
Oh,
up.
David down too. Ooh, this could get rough. Brenner's about to get aggressive again. This time it'll work out. Luckily, Buddha trades it out. It's still a deficit right now for 9Z, but at least it is just one. But Jota,
Oh, no,
no way he
David.
turns and finds that. David should have got that kill.
Absolutely. That was his dead to rights. Fluffs his lines at the most important moment. That have brought them back into the round and then some. We've got some mid control too. But 100 HP, bit of cave control here, 4 on 2. It's going to take something, in the form of a masterclass here to even have a say in the round. We'll see whether he can find any sort of access towards B. A very defensive setup, which is, you'd like to see.
The bomb right now is outside the B doors, so it's
Hang
quite
on.
a while off, and there's a kill. Oh, what a shot from
Hello.
Buddha! Okay, they've creeped through, they've got a chance, but again,
No,
they've got
no.
another one. Exits alone, bomb being picked up. How have MIBR let this one slip?
What a blunder, Dinko. It's all gone pear-shaped. They had a 4 on 2 advantage. They let one slip towards A. It allows a window of opportunity towards the B bomb site. And a massive shot there coming from Buddha. And all they can do is sit back and hope they come through CT spawn. It's not going to happen. The money will be absolutely ruined. Has to go for it. No kit. One flashbang available. And this is a nightmare. Exit makes his way in. Can they seal the deal? They're round to lose on the 9Z side. They've worked so hard. Surely they don't give this one up.
How does Exit even get in a position to fight them? If he taps on the bomb, they can spam him down through the wood, but he's found the first kill. Exit's been given the chance. Now he taps the defuse. He tries to draw him into the open. Exit does damage, chasing after him, but the time. It's all about the time. Is there enough for it? Exit's holding. It's pressure. It's tension. And he's just about got it.
That's insane. They threw it away. Both players towards the cave, and he manages to come out on top. That is absolutely massive. A 4 on 2. They manage to bring it back to a 2 on 1 in their favor, and they give it up. No way. That's such an insane finish there. What an amazing round. That had it all.
That really had us on the edge of our seats, and we're in the situation where, oh, it's MIBR's. No, it's 9Z's, and it's back to MIBR. 16-16, all tied up again. 9Z, how many are you going to let go now? There's been so many chances for them.
That's a stinker, isn't it?
Oh, it's a hard one. It's a hard one to swallow. But here we are again.
It's whenever you try and stack towards the cave, when the bomb's down, it just seems to go wrong every single time.
Now this is a tilt round too.
Yeah.
That's the kind of round that gets in your mind. You try to make a play, like you try to get aggressive early and be the player that opens it up, but all you're doing is feeding the beast. You're giving them chances, and now MIBR have 2 players up. And QC pulls it back. Henny should be getting this one, and he will. It is now just David trying to make his way out of A main, but he will burn in the fire, leaving NQZ in a 1 versus 3. The bomb is outside of A. No shot really here. Unless some magic comes out of his AWP. Oh my goodness. Jota, headshot again.
Wow.
Just fed them really early on there. Max gives the opening away.
You're right though, that's like full tilt. When you've worked so hard to make that round in your favor, coming back with this shot as well. And you both go, you got the Molotov down. I don't know why you both go cave. That's what I don't
why this
understand.
peek happens. There's no reason to do that.
Yeah, especially when he hasn't touched the bomb, right? So you could just be hiding, waiting for him to touch the bomb, then challenge. The bomb was already at the 30% point at that stage. And they give it up. You're just going to be... That's one thing to keep them awake at night, I think.
Imagine you go out here because of that. You know, you go to your 3rd map, you conceded. Oh, this is going to be a rough one. Well, actually, because of that, we might not be sleeping at night. That's for sure. This might be a one into the nighttime, deep into the wee hours of the morning, because we have got ourselves Inferno needed if MIBR are able to pull this one off.
Well, they've got the lead for now, 2-1. That was on the CT side though. It's still a serviceable T half.
It's one round, yes, absolutely. There's some positivity in that. But I think it's going to be very hard to look at it from that perspective when you throw a round away
definitely.
like that.
Like when you've done all the heavy lifting, he's on the other side of the map, and you're thrown it away by an overzealous peak. Yeah, that's going to be haunting. But all has to be forgotten, and you move on.
You have to just try and get this one over.
One round will find map point. We'll see if they can do it. 2 for 9Z to get series points.
That's MIBR's call here. It's a heavy lean outside A for the time being. Jordan attempted to pressure through elbow. Max is a very aggressive player. He loves to get aggressive. And unfortunately, the side of MIBR are not going to be able to deal with him just yet. He's going to just sit back and cave, and MIBR are willing to just play super slow. Molotov into the cutout in mid. Didn't really see a lot of 9Z taking mid control. MIBR focus a little bit more on it with their style. Got the deep donut smoke. You've cleared out the cubby with the Molotov, and you've smoked out Red Room. So mid control is fully MIBR's to play with right now.
Yeah, absolutely true.
You could leave a few players here and split elsewhere if you wanted to, but it's just commitment through Red Room, Henry.
They've done a very good job there. Those smokes down, gives them full access towards the A bombs. They're making a lot of noise. I'll be aware of it. Can they really stop them though? Plant should be coming in, no problem. It's Turtle with the opening kill here. Buddha goes down. 5 versus 4, make it 3. And it's down to DGT. Needs a couple of kills if possible. They're starting to encroach in his position over multiple angles. He's dead to rights. And there it is, a 4 versus 2. And we talked about this, the finances in his 10k overtime. A big problem. Max, the last line of defense here. Again, needs a double kill to even consider going for this one. Time is of the essence. First kill is his, but no bullets left. Has to go for the reload.
Yeah, this is rough now. NGZ at least able to get away with one. Oh, wow. Couldn't really get much more out of that. And map point, you can hear the noise of MIBR right now. They realize they've been given a golden ticket. A lifeline has been thrown their way to get back into this, and now they have to see this chance. Inferno is 1 round away. But double overtime also 1 round away. Or 2 rounds, rather.
I didn't want to say anything, but it was a nice moment. Okay, yeah, 2 rounds needed. And we'll see if they can hold on. 9Z goes without saying, obviously need this round, but can they keep it clean? It seems like they've lost, went from their sails and somewhat. Bit of a gimme round for MIBR, going for a fast A play. Need to deliver the sniper.
Surely he's got this.
I don't know, the flashes make it awkward. Hits the first shot, but can't follow it up. Trades are going in the favor of MIBR. That's a bomb planted, can't deny it.
Oh, apparently he can! Oh, he stopped it. He's got them off it. David has done a lot of damage, but can't deny the plant on the second time of asking. So eventually MIBR will put the bomb down, and it's down to a retake here. 9Z trying to stay alive on Ancient. Flash goes through. But can he try and get their way through the smoke? Wrapping around the side, no opportunity given just yet.
They still have a smoke available to put it on top of the bomb. They've opted to throw it towards A main.
There's a player in boost and one in temple. The tap on the defuse. Exit's got a double kill, and that should be it. DGT goes down, and 9Z, so many chances, so many ways they could have won that, but none of it will happen. It's MIBR that forces to Inferno.
What a crazy game. The outcome there, it just seemed that they just dropped off the edge of a cliff, and 9Z are going to be absolutely gutted with that one. They had a chance to close the game out, that 4-on-2, converting it down to a 2-on-1 in their